Football is on. Happy hour.
Y'all give me damn ass.
With $3
Be tripping.
And $4 Modelo drafts.
But here we go. Let's get it popping, bro. I see damn near everybody already in the background. Look like we lit tonight. Smash the like button as you come in. Let's get it, man. On one more judge and my moderator. I'm texting them right now. Hit the like, share this live, let everybody know that Knockout Boxing 86 TV is live right now, man. Let's get it. Drop a comment when you come in. If you want to donate to the channel, we got the CashApp and we also got the super chat going. But at the very least, like button, because it ain't gonna cost you nothing. Go ahead and smash the like button. Let's get everybody in this thing so we can get it popping, man. You know, it's funny. Truth is the new hate. Telling the truth is considered being fake, and being fake is considered keeping it real these days. But we ain't here to do nothing but spit a little facts, you know, talk a little boxing, and catch it. Y'all know how we coming, bro. Smash the like button, man. All right, man. Let me get these notifications sent out real quick. Turn this damn speaker off. You know what I mean? Got that one out. Got that one out real quick. Let me go on over. There goes Smoke. Everybody is. Let me run down the roll call, and then we about to get this shit popping, man. We ain't got no time to waste. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Let me share this on Twitter. You know what I mean? Turn the dang on camera on. What's good with y'all? We here. We here. Shout out to my brother LT. Shout out to my brother LT in that cash out with that $5. Let's see what he said, bro. Give me 1 second. You catch it. He say, chop him. Oh, man, you know, we just working. We just working. It's about to be some easy work tonight. As always, when it comes to this topic. This is can't lose debate, bro. This can't lose debate, man. Real shit. But let me see who we got in the building. Then we're going to bring everybody up and we're going to get this shit cracking, man. Shout out to Shawala Allah 77 in the building. Dre's Finest in the building. Way up in this thing. Shout out to iKarma 123. Let me see here. LT in the building. Appreciate that love too in that cash app, LT. Shout out to Chi-Town's Finest in the building. Crunk Juice and slid through. iKarma 123 in the building. Smoke, come on back, Smoke. Y'all must have forgotten the building. Jay Miller in the building. My daughter Jada's up in the building. Salute, sweetheart. Josh Sanders 86. My beautiful wife in the building. What's good, baby? Salute to you. Who else we got? NO Boxing 504 in the building. What's good? Light Skin Business in the building. And Silverado Law is also in the building. Real quick, as I bring my brothers up, look, man, Very simple rules. We got 10-minute rounds. We're going for 3 rounds. 5-minute rebuttals. Debate is going to be moderated by KQKC Boxing Network, judged by the Goon, and judged by Loco Sports, and judged by Get This Smoke. I'm gonna bring them all up, let y'all know, and let them get their words, and kind of let you know where to find them, and also let them know. Smoke, go ahead and come on up. Smoke, let me know if you need me to drop the link, and I'm just gonna let you know what they're looking for in this debate, how we can try to win their votes tonight. Let me get KQ up here, get Brimley up here, Goon, get Kano. We waiting for you. Somebody got me playing in the background. I can hear the echo. Let's go to KQKC first. Our great moderator, KQ, man. You got anything you want to say before we get this thing started, man?
No, sir. Just everybody. Good luck to everybody, and do your thing. Just bring the facts. That's all. Just straight facts.
Already. Let me go to my brother, Goon. Goon, what's up with you, bro?
How everybody doing out there? Appreciate you for hitting me up today to help you out. Just want to tell everybody good luck. And you can see me at YouTube at TBibs100. Subscribe to Boxing Debate with the Goon. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and last time for my brother Goon, I forgot his link in the description, but his link is in the description this time, goddammit. So y'all go over there. It's TBib. His link is in the description, man. Everybody's link that's up here is in the description to the live stream. So please go subscribe to their channels. They all make content. They all do a great job, and they all give you different perspectives. So go check them out. Let me go to my brother Kano, one of the OGs. Kano, go ahead and let everybody know what you got popping, man, and let us know what you're looking for in this debate so we can try to win your vote over, man.
Shit, I'm just a busy man. I'm out in these streets all the time, man. I'm just looking for facts, man. You bring facts, you win the round. If you don't bring facts, man, I'm gonna act like I don't speak English, and then I'll be like, yo no entiendo nada lo que está diciendo, porque no tiene lógica lo que está diciendo. So then I'm gonna go on that. When I start speaking like that in Spanish, that means you capping and you making up stories. Stick with the facts, bro.
Already, and my brother Smoke is in the building. Smoke, what's good?
What's happening with it, everybody? I'm excited for another one. Looking forward to a great debate. As always, I'm looking for the winning argument. But if your arguments are close, then hopefully you have a really good style to bring you over the top. But yeah, for the most part, I'm looking for your reality to map onto mine. Go ahead, guys.
Already. All right, we got Brimley in the building. Brimley, go ahead and get your last words, man. Let them know what's popping.
No words needed.
Oh shit! Oh, damn! All
right, before we do this coin toss, man, this is what I'm gonna say, bro. Real shit. This shit a tune up, dog. This shit a tune up.
Okay, move on.
This is stay busy. Nah, bro, don't tell me to move on. You could have talked, bro. I'm talking now. Then we gonna get started. This is a fight. This is stay busy fight. I'm about to do this man bad, bro. I'm about to do him dirty. All right, this shit ain't gonna be close, and I'm coming with nothing but facts, bro. That all my opinions will be based on facts, not feelings. None of that shit. I'm about to cook this man, bro. With that being said, let's get to the coin flip. Let me share my screen real quick, and we'll get this shit popping.
What's going on, KQ? Shit.
Hey, what's up, Kano? What's going on with you, baby?
Hey, man, while we waiting on the coin flip, two OGs might as well salute each other,
Yes, sir. What's going on with you, man? LDBC strong, baby.
Yes, indeed.
I ain't seen you in a minute, man.
I'll be around. I just don't type, man, because then they be wanting to at you all the time. And I ain't trying to at back.
Yeah, okay.
They don't say you ain't got time. You ain't got time for all that shit, huh?
Hey, man, when you get like 100 ads, I'm like, yeah, okay. I can't get all these folks.
You're right.
Right. What y'all thought I meant when I said to everybody, bro? I said everybody. I'm not finna do this shit. All right, there we go.
I can't even say salute to all. You know what I mean? Like, it's still one by one. I'm like, all right, fuck it, man. So I guess I'll shut my ass up then and just chill.
Yeah.
All right, it should be popped up. Y'all let me know when y'all see it, bro.
Yeah,
we should be good now. All right, Brimley, you can call it in there, man. You got heads or tails, bro?
Heads.
Make it big so everybody can see that thing. All right, we flipping. He called heads. Landed on heads. Who you want to go first?
You got first.
All right, KQ, here's the question, bro. Let me get this shit right here.
All right.
All right, there we go. Boom.
Okay, everybody ready? Okay, the
You
first
got your time. You got your time. You got your time and shit, right, KQ?
man, you know I'm always prepared.
All right, man. I'm just
All
making
right.
sure. You know, people say they don't get a first shake and shit. So I'm making sure everything is everything before I go in.
All right. Each round is 10 minutes per round. Okay, you got a 5-minute rebuttal. Now, KO will be first up, and this will be the first question for the first round. Was Bud Crawford really trying to make the fight happen with Errol Spence? You got 10 minutes, KO. Go.
Man, hell no, he wasn't trying to make the fight happen, bro. And it starts with bad faith negotiations, bro. He negotiated in bad faith. For some that may not understand what that means, bad faith negotiations mean entering a with no intention of reaching an agreement. So he went into the negotiations with Errol Spence and had no intention of reaching an agreement. That is the point that I'm going to prove in my opening round. Now, with that being said, you have to have facts to back that up. And there's 3 key things that you can point to know that Terence Bud Crawford was not seriously trying to make the fight with Errol Spence Jr. Point number 1, Spence met all of Crawford's demands, and we still didn't get the goddamn fight. As a matter of fact, we'll be referencing a lot throughout this debate their conversation that they had on Twitter. Spence told Crawford 3 times in their conversation that we gave you everything that you asked for. Terence Bud Crawford even came out his mouth and admitted that they gave him everything that he asked for. The tweets read as follows. Spence claims that his concerns over having transparency on the revenues and expenses for the fight was the big issue that killed negotiations. That's cap. My side agreed to show him everything. Then he tweets at him again. You seen an opportunity and you took it. Get your money. I'm not knocking shit you got going on, but don't act like we didn't give you everything you asked for. Shit. I even said you can walk out last. Terence Bud Crawford's response, okay, when did y'all agree to it? Admitting that they agreed to everything that he was asking for. So if I'm entering into a negotiation and I'm negotiating in good faith and I'm trying to get a deal done and you give me everything for, but I still go do something else, how am I really trying to make the fight is our question. You're not trying to make the fight. You were negotiating in bad faith, which is the definition of not trying to make the fight. So that's point 1. Point 2, bullshit ass $50 million that's fake. Again, throwing salt in the game, trying to offer up that's not real. Again, negotiating in bad faith. He claimed on his IG and he also claimed on Twitter that he had a company that was offering him $25 million guaranteed and Errol Spence $25 million guaranteed. As a fact, not one, but 2. Not one, but 2 companies that were offering him $25 million guaranteed. Spence directly told him, and this is what Crawford said about this is how much he did not try to make this fight happen. He admits to not giving Spence the name of the company while trying to blame Spence for the fight not happening, saying Spence wasn't keeping it real, but he wouldn't even tell him where the money was coming from. This man said, yeah, I know, and it's cool. More power to you. But when I made that call and told you what it was as a man, you didn't entertain it when your people told you not to. Now, you could have pulled my card, meaning when you pull somebody's card, you could have called my bluff. You could have met up with me to see if the money was real, but why you couldn't just tell them, like, if the shit real, why are you running around this bitch trying to hide it from the person that you claim that you're trying to make a fight with? Who does business like that? Hey, man, look, bro, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call them. I'm going to tell them I got the $50 million, that they offering both of us $25 million. And then when I call them and shit, I'm not going to give them the name of the company. When he asks me the name of the company and shit, I'm going to tell him, let's just meet up. And then if he don't pull my call, I'm going to blame Spence. Man, if you don't get all the way the fuck out of here with that shit, bro, stop it, bro. And then Spence responded to him directly. I didn't, meaning I didn't entertain it. You couldn't tell me whoever names it was or anything. It's too much BS going on to be taking money from Joe Blow. I'm cool. So the man was negotiating in bad faith by not giving him while asking for information. This man asked for transparency. He claimed that the only thing that was stopping the fight was transparency. That was the big talking point. This man was asking for some shit that he wasn't willing to give himself, and then admitted that they gave him the shit that he was asking for. But y'all want me to believe that he was trying to make the fight, though. He was transparency. Spence said, I gave you everything you were asking for. He said, but when did y'all give me everything I was asking for? Then the man proceeded to try to keep secrets and not give him the same shit that he was asking for. He was negotiating in bad faith, not trying to make the fight happen. Reason 3 that he was negotiating in bad faith and never really trying to make the fight happen with Errol Spence. He was talking to BLK at the exact same time that he was talking to Errol Spence. If you trying to make a fight, why are you negotiating with someone else at the same time? Well, knockout. How can you prove that to me? Very simple. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV for the great deal that he did in getting Terence Crawford to come out to BLK Prime. Blue Blood Sports TV told us we wouldn't hear from Terence Crawford for 3 to 4 days. And then Terence Crawford, he came back with his team and he said, listen, I apologize to you guys. I'm not going to be able to deal with y'all because I'm going to agree with everything Errol Spence has set forth. Now, if you're not negotiating, if you're not negotiating with BLK Prime and the only fight you're trying to make is Errol Spence Jr., why do you feel the need to call Blue Blood and let him know that you ain't going to go with him? That you going to pull out of negotiations with him? And then it was announced that he had agreed to everything on September 15th. That's when they wrote that goddamn article on ESPN, September 15th. Crawford and Spence agreed. So you had to have that conversation either on or before September 15th, meaning that while you were negotiating with Errol Spence, you were negotiating with David Avenesian and fucking BLK Prime at the same time. So no, he never really wanted to make this fight happen, bro. They literally agreed to everything he asked them for, and the fight didn't happen. If you're trying to make the fight happen and I give you everything you want, then and you still don't take the fight, that means you didn't really want it, bro. He comes up with this fake, bogus $50 million offer, trying to negotiate it while giving people no information, while asking them for all the information. Again, the definition of negotiating in bad faith. And then lastly, he's talking to someone else, making a fight at the same time that he's supposed to be trying to make a fight with Spence. No, he was not really trying to make this fight, bro. And the shit is plain and clear, and it's very, very simple. Now, I'm going to wrap it, but I need everyone to pay attention. Somebody tell me what lie I told, bro. Directly rebut what I'm saying. You won't be able to, because it's all factual. So the man never really wanted to fight. He negotiated in bad faith. Remember, the definition is entering a bargaining with intention of an agreement. If you had intention of an agreement and someone gave you everything you want, you would agree to it. But he didn't. He fought someone else. If you had intention of agreement, you would be transparent with the negotiations. You would tell people where the money is coming from, who the players are, how they gonna get you your money, what the back end is. You would tell them that shit. He didn't do that. Negotiating in bad faith. If you're negotiating in good faith and that's the only fight you want, you wouldn't be playing both sides and negotiating with someone else at the same time. And here's the kicker,
2
bro.
minutes. 2 minutes.
Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker to all that shit. He was fully transparent and negotiated in good faith with BLK Prime because he informed them that he was talking to Errol Spence and they knew that he was negotiating with Errol Spence at the same time that he was negotiating with them. Turns around and don't tell Errol Spence and them shit about him negotiating with BLK Prime. He was not trying to make the fight happen, bro. You can't tell me I'm wrong. There's nothing you can say that I said that's cap, wrong, or go ahead. It's your turn. I'm coming harder in my rebuttal. That's my round one, bro.
All right. Brinkley, you're
Yes,
up.
sir.
All right, you up. Time to bring that smoke, baby.
Appreciate you, sir.
All right.
All right. So there's going to be numerous reasons why there was no bad faith in Bud Crawford making a fight in Errol Spence. If we go back to the beginning of the actual year, the very first thing is Tim Smith on January the 7th said the fight would not be made because there wasn't money for it. Also, Floyd Mayweather seconded that sentiment back in July the 6th, which is actually when they first started speaking to Bud, and they didn't even speak to Bud after the April fight. They didn't talk to him till the end of June and July. So that's the first thing. When Tim Smith, who is the person in charge of putting these fights together, saying January the 7th, we don't see this fight being made because there's not any money there. Also, has there ever been a big fight contracted providing zero guarantees to both fighters? That's enough.
You cut out.
I cut out?
Okay,
Yeah.
now,
Go
you
ahead.
cut
Go
out.
ahead.
What was the last thing? What was the last part I was at?
When have you seen two fighters ever
Yeah,
negotiate?
two fighters ever having zero guarantee going into a fight. The only fight that we have of that is Roy Jones and Calzaghe. Roy Jones is a seasoned promoter by himself, which this is one token. We're not gonna say Bud negotiated in bad faith. He negotiated in rookie abilities as a promoter. This is his first time being a promoter. So we're not going to pretend like he did everything perfect, but he made some mistakes. But we're not going to say he negotiated in bad faith considering the dynamics and the circumstances surrounding PBC, Showtime, and the fight for the fourth quarter. That's the second token. Also, late communication. So we're talking about Bud's communication, but the first term sheet wasn't given to him till August 24th, which was stated by Errol Spence. So when he's saying, hey, I need transparency, the problem behind that is the transparency was what was going into spending the money, not after it was all said and done. So when he said, oh, we agreed to everything, we agreed to show you everything after it's all said and done. But when you make somebody a 35% partner into a fight, with no guarantee, then the dynamics of that change. So just like Roy Jones and Calzaghe, they got a breakdown of what was being spent to go into the fight, not after it was done, while it was happening. And that was part of the problem. So we can talk about Bud taking time to come back to regards to the offer, but from August 24th, there was not another offer on the table for Bud in regards to that till late September, based on the timeline and the communications been transpired. All right. Also, Errol lacking utilizing his power within the situation. He let everyone else do his work for him instead of him actually putting his foot down in regards to the fight. Because when you have both fighters having a zero guarantee, that tells you there's a problem there. And did Errol Spence go to his company and say, hey, what's going on here? Why are we getting no guarantee? Or is he just following the company line based on the circumstances? Also, in regards to the revised term sheet, it's pretty simple. We talking about this revised term sheet that he received and agreed to all terms, but the problem behind that is the terms are agreed to, but it was already about to be going into October, and it was dated for 2023 with no actual official set date for the fight. So the last term sheet was for 2023, and that leads into the next topic. Bud Crawford had a conversation with Errol Spence and Al Heyman, and specifically told them, I want to have a fight for this year. That did not happen. So with that noted, there's no ability to have a 2022 fight. So if there's no 2022 fight, what happens? The fight that we have here. Continuing on. Also, if we're saying Bud didn't negotiate in good faith, Bud had two different attorneys. So he came out of his pocket for two different attorneys. Why? Because the first attorney he necessarily did not trust. So he had a second attorney look over everything. So when he agreed to the terms, that was in principle, which is the term sheet. So then after that, the attorneys are actually looking at the contracts. And then from there, they're going to say, okay, everything's good to go. The problem is the second attorney specifically told Bud, I don't think they're really trying to make this fight based on what we're seeing. And that's when the transparency issues came into play. And then we have the continuing delay in the fight. Continuing on. Also, conflicting statements upon PBC's umbrella. So we have Spence specifically saying, I'm fighting November 15th with or without him. The fight's happening. But then we turn around, and these are the most important dates to keep in mind. October the 5th, October the 7th, those dates kill any arguments at the end of the day. You got Spence saying the fight's happening, but then you turn around and you hear Floyd Mayweather on October 7th specifically saying the fight is happening down the road. That is a direct conflict within their own stable, specifically stating that the fight was not happening now, is going down the road. But we want to do nothing but blame Bud and put it all on Bud. When it's a joint effort, it's all parties involved that play a role in this. There's no 100% one way or the other. Continuing. Also, because of the money, this is where we're talking about good faith. PBC has a very interesting dynamic going into the last quarter here. Fox deal is expiring. It's done. There's nothing on the calendar for Fox for PBC for the remainder of this year. If you look at the calendar for Showtime, there is only 2 fights, and it's nothing of a major note. All the fights that were supposed to be scheduled for the remainder of this year, Boots was supposed to fight in October. Tank was supposed to fight before the end of this year. None of those fights are happening for this year. Why? Because the money is not there. Showtime's budget is in question. The budgeting is not there for the money, hence delaying to the non-guaranteed fight for both fighters. So that we'll go deeper in that on another topic, but that's just a part of in regards to saying how can you speak on Bud's good faith when you're dealing with a fight of this magnitude and neither fighters are getting a single dime up front. Continuing. Now, in regards to the $25 million, this was an initial topical conversation that he brought to Spence. Is he obligated to tell him exactly who are the people who's involved unless they're having a sit down and having a business meeting, just taking it to the next step? Or are you supposed to protect those potential investors because you never know what's going to happen? Because what ended up happening, he went to Al Heyman, and Al Heyman said, no, we can't do that. And I understand Al Heyman not doing that. Why? He's not gonna dog out Showtime, who is his partner in crime, and actually right now his only partner who doesn't have any guaranteed money, because then what's going to happen? He's not going to step on their toes. So he immediately shot that down because of that. Not going to necessarily knock it, not going to say, oh, you're horrible for it. But at the end of the day, Bud was trying to secure a paycheck that he felt like both fighters deserved, because in the circumstances here, the fact that neither one of them are getting guaranteed money whatsoever is a big question mark and is a big problem in regards to the umbrella of PBC, Showtime putting a fight together within the fourth quarter of this year with the circumstances. Now, I don't know how much time I got left before I close this out. Imagine if you're contracted a job.
2 minutes.
In your net income, and you're getting paid based off of net income. 90% of all contracted works get paid off of gross. So the fact that this is net, the people taking big issue with Bud asking for that accountability is mind-boggling, considering when a contractor is doing work, a contractor is getting paid off gross, not net. And if you are getting paid off net, that means every single itemized breakdown needs to be accounted for. So having that there, that man is running a business. So if he needs to be to write off certain stuff to be able to operate as a profitable business. And if you don't have that information, then you're still basically just stuck in limbo. So we can say Bud, he delayed, but PBC took multiple weeks to be able to give that revised contract for what he was asking for. And when they did give it to him, it was dated 2023 with no particular date. So how can we say Bud is not negotiating good faith when the last term sheet he received specifically specified it was for the next year? He told him he wanted to have a fight for this year. And then I'm going to rebuttal what he said, but I'm going to hold on to that because I'm only going to focus on what I'm talking about here in regards to him having good faith in regards to this. But when you look at it, at the end of the day, Fox deal is expiring. The third quarter was horrible for Showtime and Paramount as a company. And they are planning on phasing out Showtime by the end of 2023. But because there was 46 million subs on the Paramount app, it may happen sooner. So it may happen by mid-year next year that Showtime's phased out. So with this information that we know, how can we say Bud is operating in bad faith when the circumstances is already bad faith set up? And it may not necessarily be their fault, but it is what it is. That's the dynamics that we are in. We're in with a company that has no money.
Time. All right, KO. You got 5 minutes. 5-minute rebuttal. You ready?
So yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
So look, bro. Yeah, I got you. So is he obligated to tell Spence about the $25 million? Yes, bro. Yes, like that's a stupid ass question. Of course he's obligated to tell him because he's trying to make a fight with him. You can't give nobody half the story. You can't offer nobody no money. Who the hell is gonna take money and you don't know where it's that was dumb. And then let's talk about the zero guarantee shit because it came up like 7 times and it was the foundation of this argument. Number one, they both was getting zero guarantee. Number two, you can't use that as a talking point if Bud Crawford himself is saying that he agreed to the shit, bro. How can you use that shit as a talking point if this man is saying he agreed to it? He ain't making it an issue. He ain't say that's why the fight ain't happening. He said he agreed to it. So did he agree to it or is he lying? I don't understand, bro. Like so miss me with that. Zero guarantee to both fighters. That was the problem. Zero guarantee. That was the issue. PBC ain't got no money. Zero guarantee. Zero guarantee. Zero guarantee. But your man said he agreed to it. He said you agreed to it. So I don't understand why that keeps coming up as some sort of issue. He didn't say that was the issue. Y'all keep trying to put words in this man's mouth, bro. Y'all keep trying to talk for him and think for him. Oh, this might have been this. It might have been that. This man said transparency. This man said they wasn't giving him what he wanted in terms of being open with him. And that's all cap because if you go back and look at it, Errol Spence said the draft on August 24th that they sent had all that shit in it. If you go read it. And Bud Crawford didn't offer a comeback for any of the shit. He said they offered to let him know what was paid and how the expenses were done. They offered to make sure that all the stuff was mutually agreeable account and that they would have accountants look at that shit. It's all still up, bro. So I don't know what you're talking about when you come at me and you talk about some goddamn that they agreed to it in September, October. Where are you getting that information from, bro? Because my shit is coming directly from the fighters. Directly from the fighters, bro. Like, I don't understand this shit. Then he said, Earl let everyone do his work for him. On that Bud Crawford shit, he let everybody do his work for him. The man was happy with what he was getting. The man was cool. He was ready to fight. He signed on the dotted line. What's killing your talking points, what's killing everything that you're saying is all the shit you keep bringing up. Tim Smith said, Floyd Mayweather said this. Well, Tim Smith said what he said, and then they went into negotiations, and they almost had a deal. So much so, in fact, if they were negotiating so bad, if the zero guarantee is such a big deal, if all of this shit is so bad, why is Terence Crawford saying that he want to go back into negotiations with him? Why is he saying that he want to go back after he fight David Avenesian and go into negotiations with him again? If what they were offering was so goddamn bad. This shit don't make no sense to me, bro. The man, and what you didn't address and what you won't address, the man was talking to somebody else at the same goddamn time. What you didn't address and what you want to address is that Errol Spence said, yeah, how long did it take for you to get back to us? We sent you everything that you asked for. How long did it take for you to get back to us? Y'all is acting like y'all don't know the fight was pushed back because of Terence Bud Crawford. What are you talking about, bro? Like, this shit don't make any sense. Showtime budget is in question. They budget not in question. They just made 2 big fights. They just made Frank Martin versus fucking Michelle Rivera for December. They budget is in question and shit got put for them because they was waiting on your guy, Terence Bud Crawford. That's what put the shit in question, bro. Floyd Mayweather said the fight ain't happening. Floyd Mayweather said the fight ain't happening. Of course, because Al Heyman can probably call him on the phone and be like, look, they bullshitting. They ain't getting back to us. He didn't tell y'all why. Y'all just hold on to that shit like, he said the fight wouldn't happen. He let us know. Okay, cool. He didn't tell you why. And we can clear why. Because we can clearly see, based off of facts, that Terence Bud Crawford was negotiating with BLK Prime at the same time that he was negotiating with Errol Spence and Al Heyman and PBC. We can clearly see 100% factual that Errol Spence gave Terence Bud Crawford everything that he wanted. The definition of bad faith, it ain't my opinion. It ain't your opinion. It's very simple. When you go into bargaining with someone and you don't have any intention to reach an agreement, he went into bargaining, admitted that they gave him everything that he asked for, and then still chose not to fight Errol Spence Jr. while admitting that they gave he asked for. That's the definition of bad faith negotiating, bro. He didn't want the fight. He wasn't really trying to make the fight. Miss me with that shit, bro. All that shit you talking bullshit, and come with something harder than the zero guarantee shit. You can't use shit that the fighter agreed to as if it's somehow the reason the fight didn't happen. He didn't say that, so you can't say that. Quit putting words in that man's mouth, bro.
Time.
Bro.
All right. Brinkley, time for your rebuttal, baby. Come on with the smoke.
All right, so this big old BOK negotiating at the same time, you try to use blue blood shit for your advantage, but he clearly stated when they first came to Bud completely told him, no thanks, man, I'm in the middle of negotiating. So it was a kill from offset go. There was no negotiations until after the fight was basically noted. There was going to be 2023, which was the last term sheet that was sent over to Bud Crawford. So at that point, then there was a conversation, then there was a negotiation. And that negotiation took 36 hours. So are we going to really sit here and say, oh, Bud was negotiating with them the same time when Adavisian's manager specifically stated it took them 36 hours to make the fight. Blue Blood stated it took him 36 hours to make the fight. So where's all this? Oh, he was negotiating with them the whole time. No, he wasn't. They came to him. He said, "Nah, I'm in the middle of doing something here." And then when they saw that it was a avenue because it looked like the fight wasn't going to be made, they came and brought it to him. And when the fact that he knew he wasn't going to fight Spence till 2023, that's when they were able to make that fight happen. Not before then. It was afterwards. October 5th, October 7th. Those are the dates that's important. Everything you try to state before that is bullcrap. So that August 24th, they didn't include everything in it, because if they did, Bud's second attorney wouldn't have questioned it. See, you can say, hey, we're giving you we're going to let you know what we're spending the money on. They didn't have the checks and balances in place at that time for that fight to be made, because if it was, then his second attorney wouldn't have said what he said, and then they were back to the drawing board. So if that was the case, if everything was all set August 24th, why did he get another term sheet afterwards? So that kind of kills your bullshit argument right there. It couldn't have been all set on August 24th if he received another one, and when he received it, it was dated 2023. So that kind of kills that nonsense from go. Then on top of that, at the end of the day, the term sheet said 2023. Period. So all this Bud's ducking, all this, the contract was set to be for the next year. So whatever you say does not matter, because it was set for 2023. And don't talk about Frank Martin. That fight don't cost anything. Let's talk about a fight that actually cost something. Yeah, they got the fight that's looking like it's going to be a good fight. Benavidez versus Plant. It's next year. It's next calendar year. There's no budget for this calendar year. Hence why you have zero guarantees. And Spence, yes, he would be good because it's his company. But you expect Bud to be 100% comfortable with that, with somebody he's not dealt with. And then on top of that, he made a statement about Heyman taking somebody's word that represents Bud that don't even represent him. So there's question marks in his trust issues in regards to this. So to say he has no good faith in the fight, it's really disingenuous. It's really one-sided. There's no way I'm going to sit here and say everything's on Bud, everything's on Errol, everything's on PBC. It's a culmination of factors that played a role. It's not one person to blame in totality. The truth of the matter is they probably shouldn't even try to negotiate this deal, but I gotta give them credit for at least trying. But at the end of the day, it was not a good enough deal. They did not move fast enough, and it's their responsibility to secure the deal and make it happen. And they didn't make it happen. Bottom line, end of story. Thank you.
All right. Okay. It's time to vote, baby. All right. Let's see. Who we got to vote for first? All right. Yes, sir. Smoke. What you got, baby? We got to vote for.
Hello? Are you talking to me?
Yes, sir.
Am I first? All right, cool. Hey, yeah, man. Okay. All right. Great round. Yeah, I'm gonna right. So the knockout assertion was negotiating bad faith. and he gave several reasons why. He was negotiating with BLK Prime. He wasn't transparent. He said they didn't disclose the source of funds while trying to scapegoat Errol Spence. He talked about being fully transparent with BLK Prime, but not with Team Spence. And my man, I'm sorry, brother. What's your name again? The other guy debating?
Unbiased fan.
Just one person.
Unbiased fan, Stephen Brimley.
Unbiased fans. Oh yeah, unbiased. He came with a couple of different reasons that wasn't bad faith. He talked about Bud's being relatively new to the process. He said just because you make rookie mistakes, I'm going to use that term. Just because you use rookie mistakes doesn't mean you're in bad faith. He talked about 35% being too low. He talked about the communication back and forth being an issue. He talked about the lack of agency for Errol Spence. Errol didn't assert any of his, quote. I'm gonna evoke the boss term for this one. Instead, he just abdicated all of his power in his negotiation to Al. Said the term sheet was past the deadline. And he, referenced Floyd's words about the fight happening later on. And he mentioned that the PBC schedule meant that they didn't really have money for the fight. In the rebuttal, I got, again, I thought Knockout replied to why they didn't disclose the funds as being a dereliction. And not being reasonable, the reason that Unbiased gave. And at the end of it, he said all of this is moot at the end of the day because Bud agreed to all of it, and Bud didn't say this is why the fight didn't happen, right? So in Unbiased rebuttal, he talked about the BLK Prime, and he brought up the August 24th date. Again, talked about the budget of the fight and said ultimately that Heyman was the reason why the fight didn't happen, and the term sheet was past the deadline that Bud set. Right. So if I got all of this right, I'm going to have to side with Knockout on this one, even though Unbiased has a very good point when it comes to Bud's sincerity versus his incompetence. At the end of the day, negotiating in bad faith with the transparency, that is just, it is what it is. You're transparent with one side of the deal, but you're not transparent with the other side. That's you can call it incompetence, you can call it novice if you want to, but it is kind of textbook bad faith. So yeah, that's Knockout for me.
All right. We got my man Beniqua. We got my man Keno, Loco Sports. What you got, Keno?
Let me get this out the way first, man. Listen, this is, I'm going to stay here and finish this shit, okay? Mm-hmm. But this is why I don't get on panels and I stay in my channel and I stay alone over there in my lane. Because people like a Mark Nash, who I do not disturb, I don't go over there and troll on his channel, is sitting here lying about shit that I supposedly, quote unquote, did. Mark Nash, do me a favor, bro. Back the fuck up, bro. Leave me alone, bro. That's all I'm asking. Leave me alone. You leave me alone, I ain't got no need to fuck with you. All right? Don't say what I say wrong, because it's up there earlier in the damn place. Anyway, moving on forward, man. I think both of them made a lot of great points, man. Look, man, the Unbiased guy did make some factual statements in there, but he left out some certain details, and versus where Knockout gave you a lot of the facts, but he actually, strengthened his argument with it, man. Yes, I do believe he was negotiating in bad faith. I think the mistake he made, and it's his mistake, Unbiased. So this is what I'm saying. if it was a rookie mistake, he should have had people around him to help him make the right decision. Now, the offers were made and agreed upon, and when somebody says they agree on something, when they already got the paperwork in front of them, the next thing to do is sign it. So I'm questioning, if he agreed to everything and he had the paper in his hand, why the fuck didn't he sign it? That's where I had the issue with Bud. You know? So once you don't sign it, then you delay the shit some more. Then you get another one that's supposedly, okay, well, this one's it. This one's the good one. And then you look at the date. Now you didn't made it to where you delayed the shit to the point where the fight they would have to be next year. Then once the fight has to be next, I wanted to fight this year. That to me it just doesn't look good, man. And by the way, I don't hate Bud. I don't hate Spence. Matter of fact, I don't even like neither one of them. Mr. Mark Nash, I don't like neither one of them. Boots is my guy at 147. I got to give this round to KO simply because everything he said was factual and had substance behind it.
All right. Now, what's your name? I forgot. I don't know his name up there on knockout.
That's Goon. You just call him Goon, bro.
Okay, Goon. It's on you, baby. What you got?
Okay, man. I swear that was a good round, fellas. I'm hoping y'all keep that intensity throughout the whole thing. Knockout, man. You gave some good points on the things you were saying on why you thought that Bud was disingenuous for the fight. And then Unbiased came right back and gave a lot of good points too. But excuse me, I'm gonna have to get that round a knockout for two reasons. The one reason, man, I'm sorry, I forgot what I wanted to say. I was waiting for a minute. But one of the reasons was when he said about the money. And if you really want to make a fight with me, you know, I'm gonna want to know everything like you want to know everything. So that was a real good point, and that's what swayed my judgment and sent it to knockout for that round.
All right.
Hey man, shout out to real quick, KQ, before we get to the next round. Shout out to Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk with the $2 in the super chat. Can't wait to hear Budrick's defense. Appreciate you, bro, showing love in that super chat. Then let me catch this other one. I just seen it come up. And while I'm catching it, bro, like I'm gonna leave it for the end, bro. Shout out to Loyal to the Game. I got something I'm gonna say, cause I already know what the outcome gonna be, but I gotta let everybody in the building know something, bro. But shout out to Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk again. That super chat with the $5. He said Bud said he agreed to everything, and Spence was nowhere to be found. And then we found out he sat on the contract for 13 days. Appreciate you showing love in that super chat, man. Let's go. Let's go ahead, OG. Let's get to the second round, bro.
Okay. All right. Okay, the second round. Let's see. What's the next question? All right. And it's on you, Brink.
Yeah, my bad. Let me catch that question for you. All right, boom. There we go.
All right. Okay, we're heading into the second round. Brinkley will be up first, 10 minutes. And the question is, did Bud Crawford duck Errol Spence by agreeing to fight David Ammunition? You got 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and say Knockout came out with facts, even though it's based on his opinion, you know, but that's cool. First and foremost, how can you duck somebody if the fight is set up for the next year? How can you duck someone when the fight is set for the next year? Make it make sense for me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Again, if everything was all set in August 24th term sheet, why would they have to send another one? Exactly. So everything that you said in the first round is mute. And they gave you the round on some bullshit. Because how could everything be set for August the 24th when they had to send another term sheet? So that's disingenuous in itself. And then on top of that, the second term sheet that he got took over almost a month for him to receive that second term sheet. So we're expecting Bud to have all this transparency and all this and to respond quickly to.
You back, Brinkley?
Am I still there?
Yeah, you have. Okay, good.
All right. So it took them almost 30 days to send a second term sheet with the transparency that he's asking for. So the first term sheet, August 24th. He gets a second term sheet, which is down the line, supposedly for a November fight. But when he gets it, it says 2023. But when he takes a fight for 2022, like he said he was going to do from Jump Street, now it's a duck. No, it's not a duck. It's just not the opponent we want. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I didn't want to see him fight this guy. Is he a decent opponent? Yeah, but he's not the guy we wanted to see. But at the bottom line, when you look at the scenario and the whole roadmap of what transpired, there's no way you can say he ducked him when the last offer was for the next year and it had no date. And people want to sweep it under the rug. PBC having no money, having nobody to front that money is a big deal. But we're gonna push that to the side. No worries, right? So that's not a big deal. So when Desmond, the CEO of BLK, stated they didn't start negotiating with Bud till after October 7th. And he stated this and said the deal came together in 36 hours, which was also stated by Adivision's manager, Neil Marsh. But we're going to go by Boxing Ego because they came and talked to him before. But he told them when they came to talk to him, right now my sole focus is Errol Spence. So yes, they did a preliminary. They scratched the surface. They stepped into the building trying to, just see what the word is because they knew that.
Okay, you're getting cut off again, Unbiased.
Sorry about that. People from PBC said they didn't have the money. People from PBC said this would be a difficult fight to make. But you hear Spence fans hooting and hollering, sign the contract, sign the contract, sign the contract. Sign what? If you was in business for yourself, you wouldn't have signed it in the first place. You probably would have told him to go F yourself when he got that deal. But he tried to make the deal, but there was things that he needed because when he agreed upon that deal, his lawyers told him, this is not a good deal. They don't want to fight. So now we got to reset back to start jump one. But everybody forgets that and try to pin it on him. But, he should have signed the contract. He was ready to, but his attorney saw issues with it. So they did their job. And they said there was an issue with the agreement. And then they finally get the agreement ready. But when they get the agreement ready, it's not for November. And then on top of that, at the same token, as soon as they send that agreement, the next day they sent the agreement, Floyd Mayweather comes out and says the fight is happening down the line. So we're supposed to just ignore these scenarios. We're supposed to ignore that he got the second term sheet late. We're supposed to ignore that it was stated from the PBC camp that this fight is happening down the line. What are we supposed to, what standard are we holding him to that we're not holding another fighter to? Like, let's be realistic here. Instead of just throwing stones and saying Bud's a duck, let's actually look at the dynamics. The dynamic says, hey, man, this was going to be a difficult fight to make because of the situation and circumstances that was going on with PBC, Showtime, Fox in 2022 ending of the year. And that's clear. That information is clear for all us to see that there's no real fights on the calendar. There's no money to give the fights because of what the offer is. And then on top of that, when they decided to finally give the transparency, they waited till the last minute to send that. And then when they sent that information, it was for 2023. So he's supposed to just wait 16 months for the fight. Come on, man. Listen, Al Heyman is doing his job. He has the best interest in Errol Spence, and he's supposed to. But at the end of the day, Crawford's supposed to have the best interest for himself. And the best interest for himself was to make sure he fighted for 2022. Because if you're going to come to him and say, hey, we're going to fight you 2023 without a date, and he told you from the beginning of negotiations that I want to fight for 2022, then how can you blame him and call it a duck for him getting a fight for 2022 when his last sent term sheet specifically stated 2023? And on top of that, it didn't actually have a date. It'd be one thing if it had a date on that term sheet saying, listen, we're going to set up a fight for February the 7th, 2023. Now you got something to mull over. But when you get that term sheet and it actually has no significant date of note, to 100% verify that this fight is happening at this point in time, what is he supposed to do? Sit on his thumbs? This man works for a living. This is how he makes a living to take care of his family. So he's supposed to go through whole 2022, make no money for his family. That's disingenuous to the business side of an individual is trying to take care of his family. And as a fight fan, I can understand, hey, we want to see this fight. We want this fight. But if this fight is already noted that this fight is not happening till the next year, then what is the big fucking deal that he took a fight for 2022? It doesn't affect the 2023 fight. Because we know damn well they're not going to be fighting in January, in February during the Super Bowl. They want to get as much money as possible, obviously. Because the thing is, if they didn't want to get as much money as possible, then maybe Al Heyman would have entertained the $25 million that was from these particular investors. The thing is, you ain't gonna share that information until they seriously they're gonna entertain the offer. Because you're not gonna show all your cards and say, "Hey, I got this guy, and this guy's ready to give us money." No, you're not gonna jump. This is business. You're not gonna jump out the window and say, "Hey, listen, I got people that's wanting to throw up some money. Let's talk about it." Hey, listen, we're not gonna even do anything with it. So then at that point, it's nothing else to talk about. Why am I going to share all that information when it's a stop from the go? Because Al Heyman is not going to step on Showtime's toes to try to make a fight just to get the money. He's being loyal. I respect it. But at the end of the day, we got to call a spade and call reality what reality is. And the reality is this was just bad timing. Maybe this fight should have been made years ago, like we all should have gotten. But we ain't going to get into that aspect because we waited to the point where there's no money. Now you're in the middle of dealing with trying to get a new contract. Why is Floyd fighting on DAZN? Is that an audition?
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Let's be realistic here, man. Yeah, I mean, listen, you can be on the Spence side of the fence. You can be on the Bud side of the fence. I'm not really particular on any side of the fence, but when I look at the landscape, I'm not going to say Bud was ducking. I'm not going to say Bud was disingenuous. I'm going to say Bud is a rookie promoter who went in dealing with a bad faith deal, still trying to negotiate when he should have walked away from the jump. That's the issue. He should have walked away from jump. But because he really tried, now he ends up getting the piñata on his back. Because the truth of the matter is, as soon as he started the contract, he should have just walked away, and it should have been an announcement back in early August that the fight's not happening now because Bud ain't having it bullshit. But people like Knockout would probably try to bash him anyways. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because you're not going to look at it objectively. You're going to look at it subjectively. But what if Errol Spence was in the same position and the shoe was on the other foot? They are two different models of business, bro. I understand that. And understanding that dynamic puts it in a different position where you're looking at things differently and understanding that he operates differently. And that's why Smith is cool with that, because he's with PBC. But at the end of the day, man, you can't send a term sheet that says 2023 and expect the fighter not to fight for that year when he told you he was going to fight from the jump street. And to call it a duck is disingenuous. End of the story.
All right. Okay. Knockout. You got 10 minutes to show your cards, brother.
This is the part where I just turn up, bro. Like, I'm finna rebuttal your shit and spit my round all at the same time, and then I'm just gonna play with you for 5 minutes, bro. Cause you capping so hard. First of all, you said the term sheet didn't have a date on it. Then start talking about a spade. Reality is reality. Objectively, are you objective? I'm subjective. How can you prove that the term sheet didn't have a date on it, bro? You just up here capping and stating your opinion. You can't prove that shit, bro. You don't know what the hell is going on with that shit, man. You up here just giving your opinion and just saying a bunch of shit that's not based in facts. But when you is that Errol Spence said on August 24th that draft had everything Bud wanted in it, then said, if I'm lying, post the draft. Anybody seen Terence Crawford post that shit yet? I'm still waiting for it because he hasn't, bro. He hasn't, not one iota. So miss me with that shit, bro. How can you duck when the fight next year? I don't know how many times we have to explain it to you. He stalled out the fight. He is the reason that the fight is next year because he said he agreed to everything back in September while asking for more shit. This nigga said he agreed to everything on September 15th, put the report in the ESPN news with Mike Coppinger and everything. I agreed to everything, but I ain't signed shit yet. Bro, get the fuck out that shit, dog. Miss me with that, bro. You over here just capping, just lying your ass off, making no sense whatsoever. Then you said, Desmond from BLK Prime said, we talked to Bud Crawford in October. You know who has stake in the game of making Bud Crawford look good? You know who's willing to lie for him? Desmond from BLK Prime, because he's in business with Terence Crawford. You can't get up here and state some shit from somebody that's paying Terence Crawford that's literally, it's their job to promote him and make him look good right now. So, of course, he's going to try to flip some shit, twist some shit, make it look good like Terence Crawford was on the up and up when he really wasn't, bro. You know who is? They told me that Terence Bud Crawford agreed to everything in September of 2015. That's what they said. He agreed to everything. Him and Spence going to fight. That's what the report said. That's what it said. And all I know is Blue Blood from BLK Prime told us that they called him and told him we about to agree with everything with Spence. Why they calling this man? And they ain't negotiating with him. That don't make no sense. If I'm not negotiating with you, why the hell I need to call you and tell you I'm about to agree with everything? So were they capping when they said he agreed back in September? Bro, stop all this lying and shit, bro. Then you said the term sheet had 2023 on it. The first one in August had 2023 on it. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. You mean to tell me they sent this man a draft in August on the 24th and it had 2023 on it? That's what you want me to believe, bro. Stop that shit, dog. Stop that shit. And when Earl told that man directly, how long it take for you to get back to us, he didn't answer him. When Earl told him post the draft, if I'm lying about agreeing to the shit on August 24th, he didn't post the shit. I'm shit up. I'm not over here capping. This is what happened, bro. This is what everybody can see. And you somehow is trying to make sense of it and try to make Bud look good. But anyway, to what I was going to say, of course it's a duck, bro. Of course it's a duck. Legacy versus no legacy. At the end of the day, damn all that shit, this man, Bud Crawford, had a contract in his hand to fight Errol Spence Jr. He had another contract in his hand to fight David Avenesian. Fighting David Avenesian is just another title defense. Fighting Errol Spence Jr. is a undisputed fight. Makes you the first man ever in boxing history to become two-time undisputed in two separate weight classes in the four-belt era, and he will be by far the best name on your resume. You got two options. You fight Errol Spence or you fight David Avenesian. You chose to fight David Avenesian, bro. You chose to fight David Avenesian while at the same time telling us that you agreed to everything with Errol Spence. It's a duck, bro. It's a duck. He had a black pen and a blue pen. Blue pen, fucking Errol Spence. Black pen, David Avenesian. I got both of them in my... Oh, I'm going to go sign and fight David Avenesian. Stop, bro. Stop. You literally up here, like, bro, the blasphemy of you dudes, bro. The blasphemy of you dudes. You literally up here capping for a man that told you out his own mouth, I agreed to everything. They tried to get me to take this. I agree. They tried to get me to take that. I agree. They tried to get me to take they tried to give me no guarantee. I said I agree. All I wanted was transparency. Hey, we gave you transparency. Yeah, y'all gave me transparency, but when did y'all agree to give me transparency? I agreed to everything. My fans, I want to let y'all know this real, raw, and uncut. I agreed to everything. All right, cool. But I signed to fight somebody else. And that's not a duck. Stop, bro. Stop the cap, dog. Stop this shit. Say what you want. We all know. You don't know what's on the term sheet, bro. All you know is what Bud Crawford is telling you. He ain't back shit up with no facts. Man, like, bro, this is a man that caps all the time. This man literally said, yeah, I listened to some people in PBC. The people in PBC, they told me that, watch your money. Al gonna fuck you. Al gonna do this. And then didn't give no names. This man told y'all he had a hedge fund company with $50 million. Didn't give you no names. This man told y'all he agreed to everything and fighting somebody else. And y'all still saying he ain't ducking. He turned down the bigger fight, the better fight, the bigger legacy fight, the fight that gives him more accomplishments, the fight that gives him more respect inside and outside of boxing, the fight that all the fans were demanding regardless of who you got winning. He turned that shit down to fight somebody that got their ass knocked out by somebody that he already knocked the fuck out. Let that shit sink in. He turned down the chance to be undisputed to fight a nigga that got knocked out by somebody that he already knocked out. And you telling me that he ain't ducking. He told you and his fans that he agreed to everything, bro. While not signing shit. that he agreed to everything while asking for more shit. Somebody, again, bro, remember, I always say this. I always tell people this. Remember at the end of the first round, hey, tell me what lie I told. Nigga couldn't tell me. So I'm asking again, bro. All the shit anybody just heard me say in the chat, because there's people in here riding for him. All the shit yourself just heard me say, Brimley, because you taking notes and shit. Before you get started, bro, before you even get started, I ask you a very simple question. Tell me one lie that you just heard me tell.
You know, lie that August 24th, they met all the arrangements and all the terms. If that was the case,
my round, just like you did the last time. Just like you did the last time.
No, you asked me a question. You asked me a question.
No. You get to ask the question. You get to answer the question when I'm done talking, when it's your turn. But I understand, bro. Just like last time, it's getting, I get it, bro. Emotions and shit, I got you.
Ain't no emotions.
Because it's hard out here for you. And there you go again, talking. You can't. You losing, bro. I get it. So anyway, in recap, bro, and finishing up, the man, I would ask for proof. He told us that the term sheet didn't even have a date on it. I'd ask him to prove that. That's more cap. He said he's objective and I'm subjective. He said, let's talk about reality. He said, let's beat his reality while telling us some shit that he can't prove. He said, reality is reality. The term sheet didn't even have a date on it. The reality is reality. The term sheet didn't even have a date on it. Where you get that from?
2 minutes.
Where you get that shit from, bro? This man is used based off of people that it's their job to make Terence Crawford look good. I'm gonna throw this Desmond point out here. I'm gonna say what Desmond said about when he started talking to Terence Bud Crawford. And then I want to address another thing, bro. While I got time, you talked about how David Avenesian said the fight came together in 36 hours. Yes, because he is the opponent. So they sent him the shit on this shit. Oh, we moving on. They had to make sure that their A side, Terence Bud Crawford, in that deal with Avenesian was taken care of first. Of course, the deal came together quickly for Avenesian because he's just an opponent, bro. He's a replacement level opponent for Terence Bud Crawford. So I want to make sure that I stated that for the record. But all in all, wrapping up the point, it is a clear duck because when you have an opportunity to fight two fighters, you got paperwork in front of you. You can fight fighter A or you can fight fighter B. And you choose to fight the lesser opposition, you ducking. There's no way around that shit. No way whatsoever. It's a clear duck. It's a clear way to try to weed fight. And it is what it is, bro. Like that's my round, bro. That's it.
All right. Brinkley, time for you to show your 5-minute rebuttal cards, baby.
How can you say that I'm just guessing and throwing things in the air, but in the same token, you say he got everything he wanted on August 24th. But if that was the case, there wouldn't have been a need for another term sheet. And also, term sheet versus contract. Term sheet versus contract, because what he got was not a contract, it was a term sheet. A term sheet. So if everything you're saying is right, then it wouldn't have been a need for another term sheet after August 24th. But obviously there was one need for a term sheet. So that blows up everything that you said leading into this. Because how in the fuck can you say, oh, Bud, you're ducking the smoke, you get everything you wanted on August 24th, but then they had to send another term sheet? Make it make sense. And then when you get the term sheet, it's almost a month after, but now it's, oh, Bud ducking because he had to wait. He waited 2 weeks. He had to wait a month just to get the transparency he was looking for. And you talking about, oh, it's cap. Bud hired 2 lawyers. What is good? What is not good faith about that? What is ducking about having 2 different lawyers? A lawyer checking another lawyer. And then that other lawyer who checked the other lawyer came to him and said, listen, we got some problems here. You might have agreed to everything, but there's some problems here with this fight. But you won't put it all on Bud, though. It's all on Bud. It's 100% Bud's fault that you got a company that ain't got a motherfucking pot to piss in to make the biggest fight in the history for them. Well, not the biggest fight in history, but the biggest fight in the sport as of right now. So the biggest fight in the sport right now warrants a 0 guarantee for both fighters. And you're going to say, oh, but he agreed to it. Yeah, he agreed to it. And then his lawyer told him, listen, slow your horses. We got some issues. So then they look at these issues and it take PBC and them a month to give him that revised term sheet. And then he gets the term sheet and he sees it's 2023. Why the fuck would not take a fight for 2022? Like, let's be realistic here, man. Everybody want to cap and say, oh, Errol Spence said in the tweet. That wasn't even his words. You really believe Errol Spence, that was Errol Spence's words? That wasn't Errol Spence's words. That was somebody else's words on behalf of him. A copy and paste. It was a copy and paste post. And at the end of the day, it's really just that simple. How can you say that something is cap and you say somebody's going off of non-facts, but you basing everything off of a non-fact, saying that August the 24th, he got everything he asked for, when it was clear that he did not? It was clear that he didn't. Hence the reason why we have to go through a whole nother set of negotiations and a whole nother term sheet. And then he receives this term sheet and he receives the term sheet for 2023. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's not what the date is and all that. It wasn't dated for 2022. Was it 2022? No. And that's a fact. That's not a debatable conversation. It was clearly 2023. So what is the man supposed to do? Let them hold him, have him sitting on the shelf, and he takes his term sheet and, okay, I'm going to sign this contract for an unknown 2023 date, an unknown date, when he can go ahead and get a fight this for 2022 and then circle the wagon and come back and make the fight happen in 2023. Because how's it a duck when the fight wasn't set for 2022 in the first place? And this is my opinion. I will say this is fact, but based on everything that's happening, I don't think PBC wanted this fight for 2022. Why would they want to fight for why would they really want to fight for 2022? Hence why they offer what they offered. They didn't think Bud was going to agree to that shit. Nobody would have thought Bud would agree to that shit. I mean, would anybody have thought Bud would agree to 35% no guarantee? Huh? If before all this conversation came about, if they said this was the offer back in June, you would have said, man, he walking the fucking way from that shit, from Jump Street. But the fact that he even entertained that speaks on his good faith, speaks on the fact that he wanted to fight Spence, but because of the circumstances, the fact that he's not getting anything up front, he doesn't know where the money's coming from. And then by the time they let him know where the money's coming from, they say, hey, we're going to have to do this on 2023. But he's ducking because he's fighting in 2022 with no fight in 2022. Come on, man. You're being disingenuous. Disingenuous as fuck. There's no way if Spence was on the other side of the coin, getting nothing up front, that he would be cool with him taking that type of such a deal. And then when he takes the deal, say, hey, listen, I just need to have a little bit of transparency. And it takes him a month to give him that transparency. But it's all Bud's fault? Come on, man. Everybody culpable in this shit while the fight ain't happened. It ain't 100% on Bud. Fuck out of here. Please. And if Spence was so hell-bent on making the fight, he would have told them make the fight no matter what.
Time.
Shit, he did. Oh, never mind. My bad.
All right. All right, knockout. 5 minutes. Show your cards.
Man, look, bro. So first, let's tear this shit down brick by brick. PBC didn't want the fight in 2022, is what Brimley told us. If they didn't want the fight in 2022, why the fuck did they start negotiating with Bud Crawford in May? By his own words. Since I don't use facts. Like Bud Crawford himself said, I started talking to them in May. So they started talking to him in May, trying to make a fight in 2023. Bro, if you don't get all the way the fuck out of here with that shit, bro, they were trying to make the fight for this year. Now he said that if Earl agreed to everything on August 24th, why did Bud have to go negotiations? Why did they have to rescind the term sheet? Unpopular opinion amongst Bud fans. He fucking stupid, bro. He's stupid because Errol Spence said on August 24th, we sent him everything that he was asking for. And all Bud had to do, since y'all like to call your bluff shit, since y'all want to talk about facts, also said, if I'm lying, tell him post the draft. Why didn't he post that shit? Why did he not post that shit? Do you think it's because Earl was lying and he just didn't want to expose him because he's trying to look out for Earl? Or did he not post that shit because perhaps there's some validity to what Earl is saying? I'm going to choose to believe that Terence Crawford was picking and choosing what to respond to. He was picking and choosing what to try to call out because he knew his ass was full of shit, bro. That's why. So miss me with that. You keep saying it took more than a month to give Bud what he was asking for. When Errol Spence, I have already directly rebutted what you said, but you have not addressed anything that I said, bro. You don't want to talk about how Earl told him after the August 24th contract. You don't want to talk about that shit. But I'm going to keep talking about it because this is what happened, bro. I'm not basing my opinion off no narrative, off no fanboy shit. This is what it is, bro. And you keep bringing up this zero guarantee shit. You keep putting words in this man's mouth. You keep coming with the talk. Bro, it didn't work for you. Why are you bringing it back again, bro? You can't talk about shit that the man himself said that he agreed to. And then again, more opinion. When did anybody see with Bud Crawford tweets his IG? Hey man, no, he had the second lawyer. The lawyer had to get back to him and tell him everything was, messed up. And so I know you agreed all of this shit was messed up. Why did he say that shit in his IG? Why did he say that shit on Twitter? Why didn't he say any of that, bro? He didn't say anything about what you're talking about. Meanwhile, everything I'm basing my shit off of is 100% from the horse's mouth. You just making shit up as you go along, bro. You just making shit up over and over and over again, and you keep using disingenuous word. I don't know if you got a dictionary or a thesaurus. Why you keep bringing that shit up? Because I'm very genuine. I genuinely believe that Bud Crawford ducked Errol Spence based off everything that I've been saying this entire goddamn debate, bro. So I'm killing your shit brick by brick, my brother. You said they didn't want the fight for 2023. That's why Bud fought Avenesia. Cool. So why they start negotiating in May if they weren't trying to make a fight for 2022? You say that the only reason that Bud sent another term sheet because stuff wasn't on the August 24th term sheet or draft of the contract. That's what you said. But Errol Spence said it was on the. Said if I'm lying, tell him post it. He got it. Bud ain't post shit. That ain't me making shit up. That's a fact. He didn't post no draft of the contract unless somebody can update it in the chat and put it in the goddamn link or something. All right. All the shit that you talking, bro, is already been killed. I don't understand. I don't understand what you even trying to come with. The man clearly ducked. He ducked out of his legacy for a non-legacy fight. Ducked out fighting Errol Spence again to fight someone that already got knocked out by a dude that he already knocked out. And a dude that lost to somebody that Errol Spence already knocked out. That's who he's fighting instead of Errol Spence. This ain't no side of the street shit.
1 minute.
This ain't
1 minute.
no PBC shit. This ain't none of that, bro. This man had paperwork in front of him. Paperwork in front of him since August to either fight Earl or nothing. He had paperwork in front of him, fight Earl or I'm going to fight motherfucking Avenesia. He had both of them in front of him. And he chose not to fight Earl, bro, regardless of what you say. And every excuse you come up with, zero guarantee, transparency, all shit. The man himself said he agreed to it. The man himself said he agreed to it. So the shit that you trying to make an issue up here today with, the shit that you trying to make a big deal, the man told you that he agreed to it and it wasn't a big deal. So I don't even understand what we're talking about. This is a clear duck. It's not even close, bro. You can't, there's no shit. Now, maybe he won't duck again. Maybe he will fight him next year sometime. But as far as this shit right here, everything that we know, the man ducked, bro.
Time. All right. Woo! Man, that was smoking around, baby. Man, oh, man. It's getting hot up in here, baby. It's getting hot up in here. All right, all right. Man, oh man, Goon, what you got, baby, on that round?
Man, whew, man. All right, what I would have liked to see happen, Knockout told my man when you come on this next time, point out the lie. I really wish that he would have probably tried to attempt to do that. I like where Knockout also was like showing different ways where he felt that it was a dub. And I also like when dude said about the money and also about the fight for 2023, meaning that like it'll be hard to duck if the fight wasn't even gonna happen anyway. But anyway, oof, man, that run was tight right there. I'm gonna get around to my man because of the fact that it's kind of hard to say it's a clear duck. It's not gonna say he could come back and fight him next year, but that don't mean that he wasn't ducking right now. It's kind of hard with the money situation for me, just my opinion only, and the whole 2023 thing. So I'm gonna get around to my man on that. It was close though. I almost gave it the knockout.
Okay. So they're going on bias. Okay. All right. What you got, Kano? My Baniqua brother.
Kano, you there? Go ahead and go to smoke.
Oh, my
Come back.
bad. I had the
Oh,
mute
no,
on.
there you go. Go ahead.
I didn't realize I had the mute
Okay.
button on, man.
Oh, okay.
My bad. God damn. See, I told you, man, I'm up past my motherfucking bedtime, man. God damn, man.
You know how us old guys is, man.
We almost done, man.
Listen, man, when people want to fight, they gonna fight. I know this because I manage boxers. I know how negotiations work. I know the ins and outs of this shit, you know? So at the end of the day, you know, which, by the way, I've never bashed Bud. I've never bashed Spence. I've never bashed any one of them. So, you know, just to get that out the way. But me looking at it, knowing how the inside of the business works, I understand that Bud prolonged this and kept coming up with different little knickknacks to get the damn shit, you know, to keep pushing the date further. You understand what I'm saying? When you see somebody doing that, I'm biased, and this is just me being in the business. When you see somebody continuously nitpick for little things, they're not trying to fight right now. They're not trying to fight right now. They're trying to push it out further. You know what I'm saying? So to me, he did duck. Got to get around the KO. But I'm going to tell you something, man. Unbiased has brung the heat, people. I don't want y'all to be talking bad about this guy. He has brung the heat both rounds. Y'all got to give this man respect, man. It's just that me knowing what I know what the facts are. So I'm going to give that to KO. You Bud did duck.
All right, Smoke. What you got? Smoke, you there?
Smoke, you on mute, bro.
Now, hear me?
Yes, we hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, awesome. So how can you duck a fight for next year? It wasn't a duck because he said he wanted to fight this year. The proposed fight, it was for 2023. PBC said they had no money. You are referring to the Tim Smith thing from January in the earlier round. He said Terence Crawford had a second set of lawyers overturn his first set of lawyers. The fight is probably not going to be in February because of the Super Bowl. It's not Al's business where the money comes from until he makes a deal. Floyd is fighting on his own. Bud should have walked away because of circumstances of PBC, and they have a different business style, so their conduct is disingenuous. And I had Knockout coming back again saying Bud agreed to everything. Uncle Dez, affectionately called by AB, is not a reliable source because he has a dog in this fight. He has his own agenda. And then he got to what I thought was the meat of the matter when it comes to this duck question. And that is David Avanesian is a regular title fight, whereas Errol Spence Jr. is what he represents legacy, both as an undisputed fight and also the money that he would make. It's a legacy-defining fight. But then he brought up the fact that we don't even know if the contract has no date. And that was sort of like the germane points. I'm gonna summarize the rest of it because I felt like there was some positive things that that Knockout did, and really unbiased for all of his good work. He undid his work by asking if Spence wanted to make the fight, why did he tell him to do what it takes? Meanwhile, we have Spence saying, I did everything, even stuff that I didn't want to do in order to accommodate you. And if you're going to set a deadline, you're going to fight it in 2022, then it is you that had two sets of lawyers. It's you that dragged your feet. It's you that was negotiating with BLK Prime. So all of that lends me to say that you are also responsible somewhat for the date being passed. You can't just say I didn't duck because the date got passed when you're the one who set the date in the first place. Yeah, all in all, and then Knockout said, he gave him everything he asked for anyway, and Bud agreed to all the terms. It just seems that Bud dragged his feet. Sorry, the deadline passed. Seems like a duck. That's Knockout.
Hey man, I want to say something, man, and not just a disclaimer, man. Kevin Knight, I've never judged before. I don't know really how to do all this. How he
Yeah, Kano, don't even worry about that shit, bro. Like every time somebody come over here, people always do that shit when everybody got a chance. I offer and shit, he can cut me off if I'm lying. I offer Brim to bring a judge with him.
Yeah, let the judges be the judges. Ain't no big deal, man. It is what it is. I ain't got no issue.
My brother Goon. He's really close to the Terence Crawford camp. So much so, in fact, Travion Crawford, shout out to him, frequently visits the Goon because they cool like that. Terence Crawford's nephew goes live with Goon because Goon does such a great job and talks real good boxing. So all this shit about narcs and judging and all that shit, bro, y'all need to stop that shit, bro. I need to stop that shit. Cause I give everybody a fair shake up here. I like keeping it a buck before we get to round 3. I ain't cut Brim off not one time. He cut me off in the middle of my round. And everything I just said right now is 100% factual, bro. That's who these guys are. Smoke has Bud Crawford as his pound-for-pound #1 fighter. He was more of a Bud Crawford fan over Errol Spence. Always, bro. So I try to make this shit fair. Quit trying to fuck my shit up, bro. People need to quit acting like I'm running around this bitch trying to stack the deck. I don't have to, bro. I'm just good at what I do. Stop this shit, man. Let's move on, bro.
Hey, Knockout, Travion said he appreciate what you said too, bro.
Oh, he right there by you?
Yeah, I got a text.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Let's keep it moving, y'all.
I wasn't offended, KO. I was just explaining to him.
No, I'm not even talking about you. The shit been in the chat all night, bro. It been in the chat all night, and I've been letting it slide. Respect my shit, bro. Like, now hold up. Respect my shit or get the fuck out, bro. Like, you got a wrench, no wrench, whatever. I don't give a fuck, bro. Respect my shit or get the fuck out. Quit talking about my shit is tainted or my shit ain't genuine. Or like, bro, you know how hard it is to find people to judge and shit. You know how much hard work go into this shit, bro. Stop that shit. Either support my shit or be fucking quiet or get the fuck out, bro. And I'm usually cool, bro, but y'all gonna. I went out of my way to make sure this man got a fair shake tonight, and did it last time. Go to our last debate, bro. Lost Art of Boxing. My brother Q the God was the judge. Huge Terence Crawford fan. Go look at the content that he just dropped talking about Errol Spence and how much he supports Terence Crawford. My brother King David is probably still here in the building. Box or die. Go look at the content that he make. Those were 2 last time that he was here, bro. Y'all need to stop that shit. Get the hell out, bro. Either respect my shit or bounce, dog. Because I don't operate that way. I'm fair, bro. Just because I want to beat somebody, I want to beat them fair and square. I don't need no easy-ass victory, bro. I ain't in this shit for that. I'm in this shit to talk boxing. If you don't like that shit, if it's touching you a certain way, then I'm talking to you. Get the fuck out my shit, bro. Let's go ahead and get to round 3, KQ. Let's go ahead. It's on me whenever you're ready, KQ. You on mute, KQ.
I'm sorry. All right. Now, like I said, this is round number 3, the last and final round. The question is, who legacy would take hit if this fight doesn't happen? And the round is on KO. You got 10 minutes, my brother.
Look, man, it's very clear, bro. It's very clear. We already proved in round 2 that Bud Crawford is ducking Errol Spence right now. We already proved throughout their interactions, throughout everything that happened, we know that Errol Spence truly wants this fight. We can't confidently say that about Bud Crawford, bro. It's too many red flags. Going all the way back to sometimes you just let fights pass you by. Sometimes that fight is behind me. I don't need that fight. I've already accomplished more than he did in his little career. Then Errol Spence is ducking me. Now he's not ducking me. Now I'm blaming Bob Arum. I'm suing him. I know Errol Spence wants to fight as bad as I do. I agreed to everything but signed nothing. I agreed to everything while asking for more changes. I said I had $5 million on the table for both of us, but I don't give no companies and no shit like that. Errol Spence says in public for everyone to see that they gave me everything I wanted on August 24th in the first draft. And then he says if he lying, post that shit. Post the draft then. If I'm lying, I don't post the shit. Then Errol Spence said, and then we sent you back to revise shit, and you was asking for 3 things that we already fucking agreed to. He doesn't respond to that shit. Errol tells him, go ahead and get your money, bro, but don't act like we ain't agreed to everything you asked for. And he don't respond to that shit. So this man, throughout this whole time, has been just looking very fugazi, very shaky. Like, I'm not making shit up here, bro. These are all things that happen. Like all this shit happened, bro. So at the end of the day, if they don't fight, this shit don't happen. People are gonna look back and they're gonna say Bud didn't want no smoke. So it hurts his legacy even more, bro. It hurts his legacy even more. So like, it has to be him. Because we know for a fact that Errol Spence wants to fight. As a matter of fact, Errol Spence is the one that said, I'm gonna spin the block. Don't worry, I'm gonna spin the block. He's willing to possibly fight Keith Thurman, which was just ordered, to keep his WBC strap so that he can spin the block on Terence Crawford, so he can try to make that fight. The man is showing time and time again that he wanted to fight. When I get this third strap, we're going to see who holding up what. Went directly after Terence Bud Crawford. Didn't say shit. Tried to be respectful. Negotiating private. I ain't doing the shit in public. Terence Crawford was the one that went public first. Not Earl, just so we clear. After all his fans and shit, after all them people like, oh man, if you really want to make the fight, you negotiate in private. Your man's Terence Bud Crawford is the one that's came out here in the public trying to smear Errol Spence. And he's showing that he's trying to sabotage the fight. If I'm just keeping it real, how you gonna say Al is cool, Al is charming? First of all, I don't know about another grown man calling a grown man charming, but that's some shit that, whatever. We'll talk about that another time. But I like whatever. He say Al is charming, Al's a good guy, Al is this, while proceeding to shit on him, while proceeding to say that he tried to F. Then he says, I want to come back and I want to negotiate. But then he says some stupid shit, sounding like Ryan Garcia. Next time, let's do something that ain't never been done. Let's negotiate in the public. Anybody with eyes knows that, hold on, bro. Why are you saying let's negotiate in public when you just said that you agreed to everything, bro? It is going to look bad on him if this fight don't happen. Because of how many times this man has contradicted himself. Because of how many times this man has just blatantly just misled fans, bro. And I have to use the word mislead. Because he told us, bro, like y'all keep acting like I'm making shit up. He told us, I want Earl, and then I'm going up there, I'm going to beat the shit out of Jermell Charlo. He said nobody put a gun to his head, bro. Nobody stabbed him with a knife. Nobody made him say that shit. He told us that shit. And then hoodwinked and bamboozled us, bro. All the shit that he's saying, he didn't say that shit in August, September, October, November, December. He started making all these claims about Earl and Al Heyman after he already announced the David Avanesian fight. Why didn't he come out in August and say, look, man, listen, bro, they ain't giving me shit. They stalling the fight. I really want this fight. I already told them I got to fight in December. That's what he told us. He didn't tell us that shit. He told us at the end, I don't need no tune-up. I'm going to go straight to the Errol Spence fight. And then turn around and did something else. So if you look at the situation in its totality, 5, 10, 15 years from now, whose legacy going to take a bigger hit? It's going to be the guy that was inconsistent. It's going to be the guy that the majority of people blame for this fight not fucking happening, bro. In regard to Joan Turner, shout out. King David, shout out. And all the other Bud Crawford fans in here, the ones that's not coming, the 73 people that still ain't hit the like button because it's 233 of y'all watching, 166 likes. All of them, regardless of what they say, the consensus is everyone in boxing and the fight fans on Terence Crawford's helmet right now. That's why he came out and did the IG in the first fucking place. He ain't never did that shit before. He came out and did that shit because he feeling the heat, bro. So it's clear whose legacy is going to take a bigger hit because the past and the present is a good indication of what's going to happen in the future right now. Crawford is taking the biggest hit and taking the majority of the heat right now because they not fighting. He going to be taking the majority of the heat 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, unless they fucking fight, bro. That's just what it is, bro. That's how time works. Typically how it ends is how it's going to continue. People are going to look at him where they are right now, and then they're going to recall all this shit. They're going to be like, damn, he did do all of that. Again, I ain't lying, bro. He did say that the fight was past him. He did say that sometimes you got to let fight pass you by. He did say, I don't even see that fight happening at all. And then turn around and change his mind. He did accuse Errol of ducking him for 4 straight years. And then turned around and said he's not ducking me. He did say he agreed to everything while signing fucking nothing. He did say he agreed to everything while making a whole nother goddamn fight. So he did all that. I'm not making it up. He did all that. And we can all point to it. And Errol Spence did none of that. And the majority of fight fans are giving Terence Crawford the blame right now. They're going to give him the blame when we start talking about their legacy once they done fighting, bro. He has to fight Errol Spence, or his legacy will be tarnished far more than Errol's will, bro. And that's my time.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Okay.
Hey, while we got a break real quick. Shout out to Doug Right Side with the $5. He said Bud Anus Placteroconus Crawford. That's just a fancy ass word for duck. I don't even know what that shit mean. Shout out to LT with the $5. Another good show. KO and KQ panel 2. Bring on Keith and Spence. Jim, looking forward to it. All right, y'all in the super chat. Go ahead. Oh, y'all, my bad.
All right, appreciate them super chats. Make sure y'all hit the like button and make sure everybody vote. And also make sure y'all send the brother Cash App. All right, KO working hard tonight, bringing us a good 5 show. All right, okay. Bias, come on, baby, shoot your shot, baby. Let's see what you got.
All right. See, I wasn't going to mention certain things at all, but he brought certain things into play, so I guess it's fair game. So I guess it's get a belt first. We talking about consistency. Get a belt, and I'll come see you. Yeah, that's when Errol Spence was talking on behalf of himself because he's a fighter. He got dog in him. But then when Al pulled him to the side, like, bro, you ain't finna fight this dude right now. You're going to fight everybody at PBC first, and you're going to fight this dude last, right? Wrong side of the street, right? Wrong side of the street, you know? And last time I checked, wasn't Errol bashing Bud first about his opponents? That was Errol doing that, wasn't it? Oh, yeah, that was Errol doing all that bashing of Bud Crawford before Bud Crawford said anything about Errol. Interesting. Oh, negotiating in public. Errol been doing that shit for years. 80, 70, 30, 80, 20, whatever we give him. He's been negotiating in public for years. So how, again, I'm going to use this word, how disingenuous can you be? Talking about Bud negotiating in public. Errol been negotiating in public for years. And then we're going to talk about, it's so contradictory. It's like you say Bud was negotiating in public, right? But then you say, why didn't he say something? Why didn't he say something about this? Why didn't he say something about that? Which one is it? And then when he says something, now he's negotiating in public. So no matter what he say, he gonna be on the wrong end of the spectrum for you regardless. But what about sign the contract, big boy? Sign the contract. Everybody remember that Instagram? Oh yeah, that's not negotiating in public. Yeah, you know, I mean, if the fight doesn't happen, it's not on my end. Oh yeah, that's not negotiating in public. Come on, bro. Well, let's act like the reason why Bud say the fight's past me because he got tired of trying to fight the dude. He been wanting to fight the dude for a long time. Now there's other circumstances that play, but that's all on Spence. That's on Spence. That ain't on Bud. Bud's a clean athlete. Bud always is in the gym. Bud is always focused, always on top of his game. Errol got to get ready for his fights for other reasons I'm not going to speak on. So, one, we talking about bad faith Bud, right? But he's dealing with a bad faith contract. So he gets a bad faith contract and he tries to negotiate a deal. And then it doesn't get done. It's all Bud's fault. There's no culpability for PBC and Showtime and Errol Spence. There's no culpability for them. For the biggest fight in boxing, for neither fighter to get a motherfucking red cent to go into the fight. But yeah, Spence will be cool with it because it's his company. But I'm sure it wouldn't be that easy for Bud. You know what I mean? But, you know, I digress. I guess what I'm saying makes no sense. Get the fuck out of here. Like, seriously. We act like Spence didn't move the goalposts from the beginning of time when they first got together a Maurice Hooker fight. And the things didn't change afterwards. Because Spence, when he first spoke, he spoke as a fighter. Then he spoke after he spoke as what PBC's plan was for him. So if we want to talk about Duck, we can say that's a Duck. But I'm not going to say that's a Duck. That's his plan. That's what he had in place. You know, that's what he wanted to accomplish and do. But now we get to the point where it's time for a fight, and then you give a bad faith contract to Bud, and then Bud decides to agree for this bullshit. But then his lawyer says, bro, hold up, hold your horses. We got to look at this. There's some issues with this. And he tells him, hey, listen, I need some transparency because I need to know how the money's being spent. Because what the fuck is 35% of nothing going to get you? What's 35% of chump change if you spending $2 million for something? But you saying you only spent $1 million for it? I mean, like, let's be real here. The transparency wasn't in the August 24th arrangement in the term sheet. It wasn't there because if it was there, it wouldn't have been a need for another term sheet. And that still blows my mind that y'all let KO get away with that when there was another term sheet. So if everything was in that August 24th term sheet, why the fuck was there another one? And Errol Spence is talking about, oh, Bud, show the term sheet. It's people that made the term sheet. Won't you put it out there then? Why? The thing is, and then you talk about, why do you talk about the investors? Why would you show your hand? Why would you tell everybody in the world these things when they're not solidified, set in stone? That's business 101. You don't show your whole card. You say, hey, listen, I got some people at the table. And then you sit down and you talk to the people about what's going on and what you have at the table. They never brought them to the table to have that conversation. They shut it down from go. So why the hell am I going to broadcast who I got on tape, who's going to be coming, just willing to put money in our pockets? And let's not forget, this is hypothetical, but last time I checked, Bud and Warren Buffett is close. It ain't like Warren Buffett couldn't be able to find something for the brother. But again, that's not fact-based, so we can't stick on that. But what we can stick on is that Errol Spence clearly said, get a belt first, right? He got a belt. Was the fight happening after he got the belt? Nope. Wrong side of the street. Well, he left that side of the street, right? Right? And everybody want to use Bob Arum all he bad. The reason why Bob Arum talking bad about Bud is because Bud didn't take a pay cut during the pandemic and he lost money. That's where the sour grapes come from. He got a guaranteed money every fight, and he didn't want to give him $5-6 million guaranteed during the pandemic because he wasn't gonna make the money back. And Bud told him, "Fuck off! I want my whole salary." And that's why Bob Arum is salty about it. So it's good to use Bob Arum when it's for your benefit. But if it's something else, you'll scratch it and throw it in the mud, which is bullshit. You know, you can't have it both ways, man. And then Errol been bashing Bud. What was that? 2018, 2018. We was talking about Bud's opponents of this. But let's be real here. This is where I'm pivoting into. It's going to hurt both of their legacies. But last time I checked, if their career stopped today, Errol Spence ain't in the Hall of Fame. Bud is. Doesn't change the fact that it's going to hurt both of them. It's going to hurt both of them because this is the fight that their names are tied together. Their names are tied together. So unless we can predict the future and Spence fights Thurman and Boots and Ortiz and beats them all, as it where it stands right now, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt Errol Spence more than it's going to hurt Bud. Because all this shit we talking now, 10, 15 years from now, we're not going to be worried about none of that. What we're going to be looking at is the fight didn't happen. Where were they at in their careers? What happened afterwards? And at the bottom line is this. You can say what you want about Bud. You can say, oh, his opponent's trash and all that. Discount is knocking out Porter, which something that Spence wasn't able to do. We can disregard all that. Don't give him credit for that. Porter was on his way out. He went in the ring and he lost, and he was the only person to knock out the Porter. That's the bottom line. But at the end of the day, if Spence hung up his gloves today, he would be a fringe Hall of Famer at best. A fringe Hall of Famer. Bud is already a Hall of Famer. So how in the fuck can we say it's going to hurt Bud more than it's going to hurt Spence? Oh, maybe because we got this thing going on that Bud dug Errol, but we dealing with a bad faith negotiation from Jump Street, and then we're dealing with somebody who moved the goalpost from the Jump Street, but we ain't gonna mention that. But Bud Crawford always changing. You'd get tired too if you wanted to fight somebody and you've been wanting to fight him since 2017. Last time I checked, it's about to be 2023. That's 6 fucking years ago, bro. He came into the division with a goal in mind of who he wanted to fight, and he couldn't fight any of the PBC fighters because you're on the wrong side of the street. Because they wanted to keep all the belts in house. And that's just the business of boxing. I don't like it, but it is what it is. But it's so disingenuous to say that Bud negotiated in bad faith, that he's ducking, and that he don't want to fight Spence, and it's going to hurt his legacy more. When at the end of the day, Bud was the one chasing his ass. Bud was chasing Spence, not the other way around. So let's stop pretending like Spence been no doubt. Let's stop pretending like Spence been chasing Bud around for years. Spence got the third belt, and then he said, "I want to see him." Yeah, and I believe Spence want to see him, and I believe Bud want to see him, but not on these terms, bro. Not on these fucking terms, bro. They got to come back to the drawing board. They got to do it again and do it right this time. Now you got your first quarter budget. Let's do it right. Maybe you'll make a deal with the zone because Floyd's over there getting a little taste to see how it works because you ain't got no Fox deal no more. Fox is going bye-bye. Fox is gone. So it's just Showtime. And Showtime about to get swallowed up by Paramount. But we're going to just ignore all that and just say, hey, Bud's ducking. There's no extenuating circumstances surrounding this whole thing that doesn't scream red flags, though, right? You know? It's all on Bud. It's nothing on Errol Spence and PBC. It's nothing on them. You know, did they push this fight all the way back to this time, and then they pushed it to the time where they didn't even have no fucking money. Why didn't they have a fight when they did have the money? They had the money back then when they was throwing that money all around. That's why they got sued, because they paying fighters so much. But they ran through all that money, and now they got their ass sued by the people who threw the money out to them. But it's Bud that's ducking. It's Bud's legacy that's hurt. No, Spence's legacy hurt as well. Spence's a fringe Hall of Famer, bro. And you're gonna say all the bullshit you want to say, but that is a fact. Right now is where we stand today. Spence is a fringe Hall of Famer. Bud is certified. But it will hurt his legacy if he doesn't fight Spence. But unless Spence fights the top of 147 or the top of 154, it's going to hurt his case more. Clearly. Until Spence start fucking drinking. End my story.
All right. Okay, KO, you got your last rebuttal.
Let me catch these super chats real quick.
Okay,
man.
all right.
Shout out to Marcus with the $5 in the super chat. Marcus say salute to Knockout Brim and these great judges. Get the likes up, another solid debate. Appreciate that, Marcus. Shout out to Pool Counter Boxing, man, in the building. Bullen with the $10 in the super chat says, bro, you on fire, Knockout. Excellent content. What up, KQKC? Salute to you, Pool Counter. Crunk Juice in the building with the $10. Crunk Juice say, man, we will avoid all this nonsense if Bud Light had simply fought the fish he was trying to hook in the ocean. These generation of boxers are more social media fantasy boxing than anything else. And then Crunk in the super chat with another $5 say, Bud in the Hall of Fame, what that's supposed to mean. Everybody in the Hall of Fame these days, there is no fight Bud has that defined his career. All right, I'm ready, bro. I'm ready.
All right, you got 5 minutes rebuttal.
I'm just trying to figure out when he was gonna answer the question, but I'll still rebuttal this shit because this shit posted. Number one, more opinions and more emotions. Like Bud is a Hall of Famer, Spence is not. Then he quickly tried to change that shit to Spence is a fringe Hall of Famer. Last I checked, they both still fighting, so ain't neither one of them in the Hall of Fame. I don't know what the hell we talking about, but they both fighting. They both fight. So how they in the Hall already? I don't know how that was. And then he said, then he fucked around and made a mistake, which I don't know why people do this. He admitted that it will hurt Bud Crawford's legacy if he don't fight Spence. It will hurt his legacy if he doesn't fight Spence. I promise not to do that shit in my rebuttal. Like I don't know why people try to come up here and give credit to the other fighter like that. Some try to, gonna help them. Then he says Bud and Warren Buffett are close. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with him not fighting Earl, hurting his legacy. He said, why would you show your investors? Why would Terence Bud Crawford show Earl his investors? Because I don't know. He's trying to do business with them. He's trying to figure out where the money comes from. What idiot is going to be like, yeah, Knockout, I got $25 million for you. All right, cool. Just give me the money. People need to know where it comes from. And why can't you tell them where it comes from on the phone call? You got to fly all the way and meet up for him to tell you where the money come from. That's why you would tell them. So yes, you're supposed to. It is business one-on-one if you're with someone to give them the information that they need to make a proper decision. Like I don't understand that shit. Then he keeps coming with this bullshit, and I'm glad he get to go last because I'm still asking the same question because this shit came up in round 2. He keep telling me Bud's lawyer said hold up. Bud's lawyer said hold up. He had agreed to everything, but then hold up. This shit look bad. Yeah. Okay, cool. Where'd you hear that at? Can a brother get a link? Can a brother get you to quote somebody? Can you quote Bud Crawford? Because I watched his IG live multiple times. I didn't hear that shit. I follow the man on Twitter. I catch his tweets. I ain't seen that shit. Where are we getting this information from? That Bud lawyer, the first lawyer said, all right, cool. But then the second lawyer, he had said, hold up, where are we getting that shit from? I don't know where we're from, bro. Then he keeps saying, why was there another term sheet knockout? Why was there another term sheet? Because Bud Crawford is dumb. You still ain't answered my question. Why didn't Bud say anything when Errol said we gave him everything he asked for on August 24th? If I'm lying, tell him post the draft. Why didn't he come back and respond? It ain't that he didn't post the draft. He didn't even respond, homie. He didn't even say shit, bro. So I like again, bro, just more bullshit from Bentley. Then he came with another lie. Errol said get a belt first. No, bro. Errol did tell him to get a belt, and he said he got to get a belt because I'm going for undisputed. Get these belts, and then I'm coming to see him. He was talking about going for undisputed to try to fight Jeff Horn before Bud even came into the division. He said Jeff Horn got that belt. I want to be undisputed. So, yes, I do want to fight Jeff Horn because he got the belt. He gave Terence Bud Crawford that same goddamn energy. Stop with the bullshit-ass narrative that y'all been saying for years, bro. Then the man said, what else he talking about? Bud got tired of trying to fight Spence. Again, talking for him. See, the reason he contradicted himself, right? The reason that he kept backtracking and doing all this other shit is because he just got tired of trying to fight Spence. But last I checked, he was trying to fight Manny Pacquiao way longer than he was trying to fight Errol Spence. But he got tired of trying to fight Errol Spence. Then he said bad faith contract. It was a bad faith contract. You keep talking for Bud Crawford. When did he say this shit? When did he say, hey, they gave me a bad faith contract. They wasn't trying to make the fight. When did he say that shit? I didn't hear it in his IG. I didn't hear him say the shit on Twitter. I didn't say any of that shit. So that's the rebuttal, bro. That's the rebuttal. In closing, bro, to answer the question again, since you didn't want to answer the question, whose legacy will take the hit if this fight doesn't happen? It has to be Bud Crawford because he is the reason that this fight is not happening. We already proved that he ducked him. Already did that. We already ran down all the shit that he said and contradicted himself. He is going to be known contradicting himself and skirting out on the fight. He's the one that took a fight first, y'all. He took a fight first. We still don't know who Errol gonna fight. He's the one that showed he wasn't all in on trying to chase greatness, not Errol. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. And then last point, this man himself, after everything, had to admit that Bud Crawford's legacy is gonna take a hit. His legacy gonna take a hit because y'all know that man on bullshit, bro. Stop with this shit. And I'm done, bro. That's it.
All right. Wow. We finishing with a bang tonight, baby. All right, Unbiased or Brinkley, baby. All right, this your last chance. Show up or show out. You got 5 minutes, baby.
Well, the reason why I would say it would hurt Bud's legacy as well is because I'm not on some subjective bias shit. I'm gonna be real across the board. Something unfortunately you're not able to do. And what you're saying about him getting the one belt and the thing with Horn, that's cap. That's just pure cap. Just pure fucking cap. And again, I clearly make the same statement over and over again. If August the 24th, everything was all set in stone and they agreed to everything, why did they have to send another term sheet? It wasn't because Bud was capping, Bud was on some other shit. It's because they didn't meet their obligation at that point in time. The things that Bud needed for him to take a non-guaranteed contract with a brand new promotional company he's never worked with before, it took them a month to be able to summon up that shit to give to him. And by the time he got his hands on that shit, it said 2023. So as much bullshit you can try to kick, say, oh, it's a fact that he ducked, it's a fact that no, it's a fact that they didn't have no fucking money. It's a fact that the fight was not guaranteed. It was a fact that PBC said it was going to be tough to make the fight for 2022. These are all things before there was ever any negotiations from the jump street. So it was doomed from fucking set go. So I blame for Bud for even entertaining this bullshit. He should have told him fuck no and kept it moving. That's what he should have did. So somebody like you wouldn't be trying to throw him under the fucking bus saying that he's a duck because he tried to negotiate a bad faith ass contract and a bullshit ass contract at that for two fighters that are supposed to be the best in boxing. That's not showing them that they're the best in boxing. Period. It's not. That term sheet is not putting any respect on either one of their names. And I guess Errol Spence is cool with that. But it wasn't. At the end of the day, Bud wasn't until he got circled the block. And he clearly said, my goal is still to beat Spence's ass. And Spence said, I'll turn around and I'll circle the block. So at the end of the day, the agreement was not in good faith because they knew they didn't have the things they needed to have in the ducks in a row to make this fight happen the way it should be happening. And that is a fact. Because if it wasn't a fact, we wouldn't have been talking about both of these fighters getting jack shit. And at the end of the day, it is going to hurt Terence Crawford's legacy. You can pretend like it ain't going to hurt Errol Spence's legacy, but it's going to hurt both of their legacies, period. But it's going to hurt Spence's more. Because as of right now, where we stand, and our argument is about right now, not what the future holds, is where we stand right now. Spence is not a Hall of Famer, bro. If Bud retired today, he's a Hall of Famer. You can try to front and deny that, but you can't. Sorry, guys, I'm up here doing something at the same time. I gotta go. I'm leaving to work at the same time, so my apologies. Let me just catch my thought because I'm moving at the same time. I'm trying to move out of here, but. Bottom line is this, man. Both guys are going to be affected if this fight never happens. But last time I checked, Spencer was the A side, bro. It's the A side responsibility to make shit happen. We're going to put it on the B side because that's what fits the narrative. But at the end of the day, the A side is the one with the negotiating chips. And you talking about Errol Spence, he gave up all this and all this. What did Errol Spence actually give up?
Go ahead, Brinkley.
The Ben Ford, that's basic Muhammad Ali Act shit. And it's hard to deal with a Muhammad Ali Act when you got somebody who's the promoter, the advisor, and the whole nine, who can potentially circumvent the Muhammad Ali Act on the surface because he wears so many fucking hats, which is Al Heyman. But we gonna just continue to just throw that under the rug. It don't mean nothing. It don't matter. It just Bud duck. But Bud walked into a flying trapeze of bullshit. He walked into with a contract that was not a quality contract for a fight of this magnitude. He was still wanting to do it, which he shouldn't have been, because he wanted to fight, and that just kills that whole first argument. Because if the truth of the matter would be told, he should have walked away from Jump Street. He should have walked away from Jump. But at the end of the day, both guys will be affected. But as it stands right now, without Crawford on Spence's legacy, it's going to hurt him more. Thank you for your time.
Hey, shout out Big Dog Willie with the $2 in the super chat. He said, Con, KO, Spence, and Bud, prostate diamond facts. Already, yeah, you know, Amir Khan. Shout out to Post Up with the $10 in the super chat. Says, it's a reason Earl asked Crawford to show the draft. If Crawford posts a draft, it proves he received it and the info on their matches. What Earl stated, which means he would have been caught in a lie. I mean, yeah, I think people get it. Shout out to my brother, Contender Regime Boxing. My brother, what's good with you with the $10 in the super chat? He say, problem Earl asked for proof of funds. When Bud turned down the Pacquiao fight after Manny already signed because he didn't have proof of funds. Damn, that's a damn good question. I wish I would have thought of that, but I didn't. But that's a good one, bro. That's a good one.
All right.
That's why we read them after. Go ahead, KQ. We good.
All right, baby. Oh, baby, that was on fire. Man, oh, man, my hand is on fire again, baby. I got to see. I got to hear. I got to know what the judges got to say about this. All right, we're going to start off with that smoke.
What's up? All right. Finally, Knockout asked, what lawyer are you talking about? Finally, he pushed back on this idea of a bad fit contract. And finally, we heard a rebuttal to the whole get a belt narrative that we've been hearing for years. Thank you, Knockout. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough for me to get the round for me. I gave it to Unbiased because, like, really, side of the street is going to be the thing that people point to if this fight doesn't happen for years. I think people are going to point to the whole get a belt thing, even though I thought you had a pretty good rebuttal for that. That's been the case for all this time, and people still seem to persist in talking about how Errol said get a belt. I think the $25 million guarantee will also carry over, and I think as Unbiased said, if they stop fighting today, Bud is in the Hall of Fame, Errol is not. So for those reasons, I gave Unbiased this round.
All right. Oh, we got my man. We got my bad. But Niqua in the building. Yes, sir. Old man got to go to bed. So let's hear what you got to say. Come on with it.
Man, when this round first started, I was wondering if we was gonna get the answer to the actual question on the screen. They was both talking about everything but the answer at the end of the day, man. But I will say this, man. I think I'm biased. I gotta give him this round, man. I think he made the better points, man, when it came to whose legacy will take a hit if this fight doesn't happen, man. Now, what I will disagree is I believe that they're both Hall of Famers right now. They will go to the Hall of Fame, both will. But I don't think Bud's legacy will get hurt more than Spence's. So I gotta go with Unbiased in this, and I'm gonna go ahead and explain that too, because 20 years from now, man, they're gonna look and be like 3-division champ, undisputed, unified champ in another weight division. That's what they're gonna look at. They're not gonna remember this situation here. Just like the fights from the 60s, you're not gonna remember them things. He is a Hall of Famer right now. Unbiased, I'm gonna give you this round, bro.
All right. I appreciate it. All right, we got one more judge to go, baby. Yes, sir. It's my man. Go ahead.
All right, man. Another tight round. Unbiased, you made a very good point that I have yet to hear it to that point where Earl is being the A side and making the fight happen. So I definitely gave you kudos for that right there. Man, y'all like they were saying, y'all kind of like got off subject a little bit too much for my liking, but then y'all did try to come back. But I had to give Unbiased that round.
All right. Okay. Unbiased.
All right, let me catch you. Yeah, let me catch your super chat real quick, and then we'll get last word. Shout out to Crunk Juice with the $5 in the super chat. Says Bud gave up an undisputed fight. Who does that? And if he won another chance at undisputed at 154, legendary, Bud screwed up his legacy. I appreciate the support in the super chat. We'll let Brimley give his last words first because I believe he at work. So Brim, go ahead and get your last word. Go ahead and get your last word. Let everybody know where to find you. Let them know what you got going on.
No doubt, man. I just started actually doing a little bit of boxing content. So first and foremost, I appreciate you having me on. We getting this debate. I give you ultimate respect. There's one thing I do want to address, though, if I can have a second just to address it, please. We talk boxing talk. No.
I don't want to hear nothing about no other content creator. I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro.
It's not about on that side of things. I just wanted to say this. We can debate, we can talk shit, we can go at it. At the end of the day, we love the sport of boxing. And that's where you get my respect. There is somebody that you rock with and you got love for where I felt like this person.
I just said I don't want to hear about other content.
But when somebody say fuck my mama, fuck my daddy, all that, I gotta address it.
Listen, I don't want to end this the wrong way, bro. But if whatever issue you got with whoever you got it with, go address them, bro. Go address them. Don't come over here to address that shit. Go to the person you got it, bro. That shit, like, I'm not calling you weird, but that's some weird ass shit, bro.
You say that's weird ass shit, but the thing is, though, if I go to try to address that person will block me and then talk shit. He does it on your channel. He does it on your channel.
Brim, give your last words, brother. Let people know you got content dropping. I got your link in the chat so people can subscribe to your channel. Go ahead and do that shit. Whatever issues you got with somebody else that ain't got shit to do with me, bro, go talk to them, bro. Don't do that shit over here, bro. Because I don't come to your shit. When I come to your shit, I commented on our debate. I talk to you. I'm not doing that shit with you, bro. Don't come over here on that type of shit, bro.
I
Just
feel
go
what you're
ahead and
saying,
let
but the
people know where to
disrespect
find you.
started here. But the disrespect started here on your platform.
So you
That's all I'm saying.
you gonna disrespect me
I'm
and keep
going to
doing
let
it.
it go because you're not going to let me speak my piece on it and then
All right.
move on from it. So I'm moving on from it. So it's the unbiased fan, S. Brimley, aka the Brim Reaper. I just started making content. I appreciate the time, and y'all have a blessed night.
All right,
You
good
too.
job, Brim. All right.
Yeah, it's a great job, actually.
Go ahead, Smoke. Go ahead and give your last words, bro. Well, now let me go to Kono. Probably fall asleep on our ass. Kono, go ahead and give your last word. Let everybody know what you got popping, bro.
Man,
No, that's
shit.
me. That's me. Go to sleep on your ass.
Hey, look.
We
Look,
all
man,
trying to
hey.
get some rest. God damn it, this is a 50+ crowd. Like, God damn, okay, let's do it.
Hey man, it ain't my, hey man, hey look, we got hurricane coming around, man. So I ain't get a chance to get no monsters and shit. So you know, I ain't doing too good right now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing too good, you know. But man, shit, as far as what I got going on, man, they know what I got going on, man. I come on when I can come on, and they know where to find me when they find me and shit, man. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take my Puerto Rican ass to bed, bro.
Hey, bro, I appreciate you judging for the first time. Hey, I'm looking for somebody that got something negative to say about a Puerto Rican boxer so I can get Kono on y'all ass, bro. Kono, I can't find no smoke for you, but I'm gonna find some, bro. But thank you for participating. Get you some rest, my brother. I appreciate it always, dog.
Yeah. You ain't gonna find nobody for me anyway, man. So relax.
Already take it easy, brother. I appreciate you, dog. All right, let's go to KQ. Let me catch a Kilo with the $5 in super chat. Good stuff, KO. Salute to you, Kilo. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, let's go to Smoke, man. Smoke, go ahead and give your last words. What you got popping, bro?
Oh yeah, this is Get This Smoke, a long-time contributor to the YouTube boxing community, but I've just started putting out content, so check me out at Get This Smoke. You know, you might get informed, you might get a couple chuckles, you might get incensed. Come and troll, come and drop a joke, come and drop your thoughts. You're all welcome as long as you come in love. And I hope you guys have an excellent night. Keep supporting the sport. Yeah, I love the series, and Brimley, I loved your job. Knockout, man, stop that, man. Like, I stop pumping the crowd noise, man. Anyway,
What are you talking about, bro?
you know what I'm talking about.
What are you talking
Anyway,
about, bro?
it don't even matter. Because it was a great debate. All that prejudicial stuff you be doing before that, yeah. Anyway, but that's just me talking trash. That's me talking trash.
I know,
it don't
man.
affect the
I
outcome.
know you. I know you just kidding. And I know you mean you. It's all love. I ain't tripping, but damn it,
I know
I try to
you
keep
like
it fair. You know your ass like Terence Crawford more than Errol Spence, bro. I try to keep this shit fair. I try to give people
I do.
a chance.
Listen, I'm one of those guys. I'm not a simple guy to understand. Like I like Terence Crawford way more than Errol Spence, but I think Errol Spence wins the fight. I'm not crazy. Like, you know, I picked the guy. I'm just passionate when I come to my predictions. But yeah, I'm a Bud Crawford fan. But it is what it is. You did a great job.
I
And
appreciate
shout
you,
out to
bro.
the panel and to the chat.
And anybody else, I'm gonna stay for 30 minutes and talk about this Shakur Stevenson and Eastside Cruz fight. So if anybody want to stay up, you're more than. But Smoke, if you gotta go, man, you can go. If you want to stick around, you can stick around. Go ahead, and I'm gonna drop a link in the chat if anybody want to come up too for a few minutes. Let me go to my brother Goon, bro. I appreciate you. It's been a long time since I had you back and shit, man. But I gotta get my boy the Goon up here and get him on the debate, bro. I appreciate you coming and gracing the platform with your presence, man. But let it what you got popping and what you got going on, man.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. And you know, like I told you before, I don't have a problem doing debate long as it's not on this subject right here, because I feel it'll be better on my end. But again, y'all can find me on YouTube, T-Bibbs 100, on the couch with the Goon, boxing debate with the Goon, and that's it, man. I really appreciate you letting me cook with you today. Or hear y'all cook.
Bro. I appreciate you, man, and we'll catch you next time, dog.
For sure.
All right, and again, we will be talking a little bit boxing tonight. I got a few minutes, so I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody want to come up, man? I want to talk about some of these big announcements that we got, man. Specifically, Shakur Stevenson and Scott Cruz being ordered to fight by the WBC. I want to talk about that with y'all, man. But go ahead, KQ, give them your last words. Let them know what fights you're calling and all that good stuff, man. What you got popping this weekend, bro?
Well, I'm calling all the fights, the DAZN fight and the ESPN Plus fight. All right, you know me. I put the grind in, baby. All right, now we'll be live the rest of the week. We got Ronnie Shields coming on Monday night at 7 o'clock next week. Okay, we were talking about the David Morrell and his how you feel about the audios, and how you feel about him having brain surgery, and how he was put in induced coma. And we're going to talk about that and what's next for David Morrell. All right. And also, I don't know, but this is the third time, but David Benavidez representative called last night and said they want to do it tomorrow at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. But we know how that go. All right. So don't hold your breath. All right. Just putting it out there. All right. But I will be live every morning, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. All right. So make sure, and don't forget to check out me and Knockout Boston 86 TV. We'll be live Sunday morning at 9 a.m. All right. And we'll be on my platform this week. All right.
Yes, sir.
So that's all I got. And hey, great job tonight, Knockout. I mean, great debate, great crowd. And I like the energy, everything. So, man, it was on fire. All right. So
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was a good time, man. But look, I appreciate you. And you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the rest of your night, OG.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. All right. Catch y'all in the morning. Peace.
What up, Major Key? I don't even know why that's a question. You know I got it, bro. Come on. You know I got it, man. But look, bro, let's talk a little bit about Shakur Stevenson, man, and Isak Pitbull Cruz, man. The WBC has ordered them to fight. They also ordered Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. But I want to talk specifically about the lightweight division, man. I think that's a great fight. I think that's a great fight for Shakur. I think it's a great opportunity for the homie for Isak Pitbull Cruz, and I got the link in the chat if anybody want to come up and talk some boxing. I just believe, bro, we're gonna find out, because that jump from junior lightweight to lightweight is different, bro. And I'm glad that, and we know Shakur has always wanted to smoke. We know that Shakur is somebody that always is looking for the big fight. And so I'm interested to see him against somebody like Isak Pitbull Cruz. It's not gonna stop coming. That's gonna be able to take his power. That they can cut off the ring some. There's gonna be in there looking to throw blows and shit. You know, I want to see Shakur handle that shit. I think he can handle it just fine. But shout out to I don't as much. So if you tell him I said it, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna agree to it. I'm not gonna run around here and act like it's something that I said. I'm gonna deny this shit if y'all tell him I said it. But I gotta give the WBC. I got to give the WBC their credit. You know what I mean? I got to give the WBC their credit, bro. I have to say that they did a good job ordering this fight. I want to see if Shakur can do that same distance control shit, that half step back, barely make him miss, make him pay. Is he going to stand his ground, son, with Isak Pitbull Cruz? And I want to see if, and I love the common opponent shit, because I think one of the big fights we all want from 130 to 140, I think we can agree we want to see Shakur in there with Tank Davis. Like we want to see Devin there with Tank. We want to see Shakur in there with Devin. We want to see all these fights, right? I think the common opponent shit, that's something that I'm very excited about. I'm excited to see, okay, Pitbull look like this against Tank. How he going to look against Shakur? What can he do against Shakur Stevenson? I do find funny, though, and I was bringing it up over in my brother Everything Boxing. Shout out to Keith. I was bringing it up over in his chat earlier today. I just find it funny, like now, Isak Pitbull Cruz is like a good fight all of a sudden. Like now, Isak Pitbull Cruz and Shakur Stevenson, that's a good fight. But I remember when Isak Pitbull Cruz was fighting Tank Davis, it was a trash fight. It was a trash ass fight that, don't nobody want to see Pitbull. Don't nobody know who Pitbull is. Don't nobody know what's going on with Pitbull. He ain't nobody. You know what I'm saying? And now that he fighting Shakur, now it's a good fight. So it's a trash fight for Tank Davis. If Tank Davis fighting Pitbull, but it's a damn good fight, Shakur Stevenson. Are y'all really telling me that, you know what I'm saying, Tank Davis is the man? Is that what y'all trying to tell me? Because that's what it sounds like without y'all saying it, bro. How can Pitbull be a trash fight for Tank, but a good fight for Shakur? I just a few questions, just a few questions that I won't answer. You know what I mean? Like, good. Like, I thought Shakur and Tank was on the same level. Some of y'all say Shakur is better than Tank. So how can he fight the same opponent as Tank, but he get credit for it and it's a good fight, but he trash when it comes to Tank? Pitbull ain't shit. But it is what it is, man. Let's pass it around, man. Let's go to my brother Steph. He came in the building first. Steph, you can get your thoughts on the fight. We talking about a debate or both, man. Just go ahead, floor is yours, man. Talk your shit. We ain't got no format. Just go ahead and talk your shit, bro.
Yeah, Naka, thanks for having me, brother. Great debate tonight. I thought you did win.
Appreciate it, bro.
Quickly before that, those topics, you said something about the Puerto Rican fighters.
Yeah.
I was asking you, who are some of those? Who's good from Puerto Rico that I should be watching out for?
Shit, man. I like Henry LeBron right now. I like Xander Zayas. I think is a really good fighter. I like, what's the guy's name, bro? He be on them Henry LeBron cars, bro, with them.
I don't know who
you don't know who Henry LeBron is? He a southpaw. He can counter punch. He got good boxing skill. He can fight, bro. He can fight. But
I'm gonna look him up after this.
He fights at 130. He fights at 130. But those are the two I really like a lot right now. I like Xander Zayas. I like Henry LeBron, and then man, it's one more guy. I can't think of his name though, bro. He's a now y'all gonna make me look it up, bro. But while I'm looking it up, man, go ahead and cook on the Shakur
shoot, man. I'll defer to the people, and everyone's always talking that Shakur's this, he's that.
Yeah, that's his name. Real Matias. Yeah, Matias. Fire.
Yeah.
I love Real Matias, bro.
Okay, I'm familiar with him. Yeah, that guy can hit. If he touched skin, you're going down.
He had, made a person rest in peace, but he killed somebody in the ring before, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah,
comes along with the game.
But go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Shakur. Yeah, I'm not mad at that fight. I'm not mad at that. He should go ahead and get it on. I just think we should just slow down when we start comparing him to like Dev and Tank, because if he's calling for, Cruz and who's that? Zepeda, as I heard, and you're not ready for a Tank or a Devin.
Who that? Shakur?
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't called for Isak Pitbull Cruz. They ordered it. The WBC, they had their convention. They ordered that fight.
Okay.
So it's a WBC terminator, and they ordered that fight for them, bro.
Okay, and this obviously at 35. Okay. Let me ask you this, because I was asking some of the Rise podcast guys this. We got 7 mandatory fights today ordered. Out of that 7, how many get made, you think?
I think Errol Spence and Keith Thurman gonna get made. If you put my foot to make me guess, I don't think Isak Cruz and Shakur Stevenson is going to get made. What are some other ones that they ordered? I can look it up. Those
Fandora, Tony Harrison.
I think that'll get made.
Okay. Then you got Ruiz and Wilder.
And Wilder, I think ultimately that'll end up getting made. Because the fights that Wilder wants, he wants Usyk. I don't think that fight's available to him. Like all of these fights that I'm saying are gonna get made, they're all in-house fights. Ruiz and Wilder both fight on the PBC. Tony Harrison and Fandora both fight on the PBC. Errol Spence and Keith Thurman both fight on the PBC. So like I think all those made, and I think honestly the PBC went and probably had the WBC order those fights because I don't think Wilder wants to fight Andy Ruiz. I think he wants a bigger fight. I don't think Earl wants to fight Keith. Matter of fact, I know he don't want to fight Keith Thurman, but by making it a mandatory, these guys are gonna handle themselves like champions and shit. And Earl ain't finna drop his belt to not fight Keith, much of a champion. And he knows that if he dropped that belt, they could give Terence another, some more wiggle room and shit. Like, man, shit, you know what I'm saying? He dropped his WBC belt. Let me go try to fight for this banquet. Let me try to go to the other route over here and unify and shit. So he got to hold on to that belt. So he'll end up fighting Keith, and Al will pay him some money to do that. And then I think Deontay Wilder sell it to him like, hey man, Usyk ain't available. This is the guy that beat AJ, and they can sell that to blacks versus Mexican, the whole black Mexican fan base shit. So it'll sell good. It'll do good numbers. And so I think that fight will get made, man. And
then of course David Benavidez and Caleb.
Yeah, that shit done already.
Okay.
Notice a lot of them fights are in-house fights for the PBC. I mean, Al ain't moving and shaking. You know what I mean? Like he doing some shit. He doing some shit because it was literally like they announced that David Benavidez was pulling out of his fight with Uzcategui, and then an hour later, Caleb Plant was posting that him and David Benavidez agreed to a fight, and then a day later at the convention, the WBC announced they ordering Caleb Plant and David Benavidez, bro.
got the call.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Well, I'm excited for all that, man. You know, it's been some tough times here for the fall and winter this year. So looking forward to all that. I'm good with that. As far as Shakur again and Cruz, if it were to happen, it's a good fight. It's a good fight for both guys because they're fighting two different crazy styles. So it's a good fight, man. You know, I was really hoping for Shakur Tank because I thought, you know, when the smoke clears, those two would be left. But we shall see. We shall see.
I think Tank is about to fight Hector Garcia.
Oh yeah,
that's what I think is about to happen. I think that's about to happen. I'll explain why in a minute, but let me get to the other bros. What up with it? 817, what's popping, bro?
What's going on, bro? Say, bro, look here, man. How the fuck you go in there and blank a motherfucker 3-0 with Adelaide Bird and them on the cards, bro? You know Goon and Get the Smoke love that motherfucker, and you still came in there with fight.
That's why I don't know if you heard the whole thing. That's why and I apologize to anybody I offended that rock with the channel that ain't used to me turning up like that. But that's why I got mad, bro. That's why I got a little upset. I don't know. That's why I got upset, bro. Like, don't play me like people think it's cool and shit. And I am cool, but bro, don't try to play my shit. Like I don't work hard and I'm not trying to make this shit fair and make this shit fun for everybody. Like, bro, I'm not on no fixed shit, bro. I could literally show y'all text and shit. And people gonna make me start doing that shit. I can show you shit where people was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, nah, bro, then you can't judge my shit. And I've turned people down, bro, because they was on some, I'm gonna vote just because of this, or I'm gonna vote just because I rock. Like, nah, bro, that ain't how I'm moving. I literally try to make sure people get a fair shake, bro. 100% of the time. So that shit rubbed me the wrong way. But yeah, bro, nah, it's just, I know what I'm doing. I know that some of the shit that I'm saying is undeniable, and I may drop around, or you know, somebody may vote against me when they shouldn't, but that shit, that's part of it, bro. That's part. I ain't gonna cry. If I ever do lose, I ain't lost yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lost shit, but if I lose, y'all gonna see that shit ain't a big deal to me, bro. I just happen to be 100% competitive, and I'm gonna do everything I can to win. But that shit be rubbing me the wrong way, bro. Don't come over there with that, because to me, that's some slick hating shit, bro. Like, if you just asking me, like, if you hate, just hate, bro. Like, don't act like you got love, and don't act like you cool, and then accuse my shit of being fixed and shit. That's sucker shit to me. And shout out to Mike Biggs with the $20 says 50 push-ups. All right, your debt paid, man. Your debt paid, man. Mike Biggs say, damn, them push-ups. I sure got your name down on this list. I still got Mr. Diaz, and a lot of y'all owe me some shit, bro. But go ahead and cook on it.
Me. Knock out. I thought you were talking about me.
Nah, you already paid yours, bro. I remember that.
Every time I stop, I hear this. Okay, can you hear me? I'm breaking up?
Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna go to you after 817. Go ahead and get it off smoking, then I'll go back to 817. Go ahead.
Yeah, like every time I leave the panel, this guy 817 comes slandering my name behind me. What's your problem, man? You want to debate, or you just want to talk shit every time I'm back his turn?
Bro, all I said was you love Bud, bro. That's all I said. You ain't good. Look, hold on. We can set it up.
No,
I ain't ducking no fade.
I don't. You want to debate or not?
Hold on, bro. I'm not ducking no fade. I'm not ducking.
Okay, cool. Let's get this debate on, man. I hear you.
I'm not
I see you fixated. You're always on my bumper. Let's do this on prime time. Let's take it to the stage,
Make sure your signal good too, because ain't nobody take.
You don't gotta keep talking about me on my back when I'm not here.
Ain't nobody taking no choice on you because you got cricket or you up in the mountains. So suck ass. Get your weak ass up. Slander my name. I'll show you slander. Suck ass. I'll show you slander.
Don't worry.
Man,
hold on.
Hey,
what are y'all debating? What are y'all debating?
Yeah.
If he wore panties or not. If he wore thongs or not. How about that?
Come on, bro. Don't come with it.
Yeah, no. See, that's what I'm saying. That's the
slander his name.
I know. I get you. He's intimidated.
Don't look up slander. Anyway, can I get off what I want to get off? Knockout. You can set up the debate for whatever you want to, bro.
Got you. I got
y'all.
What we gonna debate?
I got y'all. I got both y'all contact info. I'm a set y'all up, bro.
Yeah. Let's set this up. Yeah, man. There it is.
57.
I'm setting it up for
I need
You
but
keep
y'all can't
fantasizing
talk at
about
the
my
same
underwear.
time, bro.
You keep fantasizing about my underwear.
Hey, y'all can't talk at the same time, though, bro. He ain't ducking smoke, man. He gonna say,
I
I
was
got you,
talking
Smoke.
before he was talking.
Smoke will be good. Smoke. We'll set it up. Smoke. He probably gonna come back, but go ahead and get it off 817. Talk your shit, man.
Bro, I was just gonna talk about Shakur Stevenson and Ishak. The fight ain't gonna get made. I don't think Bob fucking with it. I don't. I think Bob gonna do whatever he can for that fight not to get made. And I don't think he gonna impress upon Shakur to try to mandate some shit or try to, take it to purse bid or no shit like that. I would love to see the fight. I truly would. But out of all them fights that was announced, you know what I'm saying? That's the one to me that got the least possibility of happening.
Already. And let me get my brother King D in here. King D, man, go ahead and talk your shit, man. What you got on Shakur and what you call Shakur and Eastside Cruz? You think that fight gonna happen?
Yeah, what's up, Knockout, man? Appreciate letting me come on the platform or whatever, man. Tapping in, you know what I'm saying, with you brothers, man. It's an honor. Good job on the debate, man. We already know what it is. We know the truth. We know the real. So when Earl spin a block like he say he will, it ain't gonna be no excuses. Like it really ain't no excuse now, but you know what I'm saying, we gonna just leave that where it's at. But as far as the Shakur and Esau Cruz fight, man, I think it's a good fight. I think it'd be made because, like we say, Shakur, you know what I'm saying, he obviously want the smoke. You know what I'm saying, he being boisterous. And he one of them top guys. You know what I'm saying, he basically, you know what I'm saying, shit dropped his belt to come up. You know what I'm saying, up in a weight class. So you know what I'm saying, he ain't gonna come in and honestly, I respect him. If he get that fight, actually get that fight, you see what I'm saying? Hey, that tells a lot. But as far as that fight who winning, I got Shakur, edging it out. And to answer your question, Knockout, the only reason Cruz is built up the way he is because a lot of, I'm gonna say casual fans or whatever the situation may be, they thought that Tank and that Cruz fight was either a draw or 50-50. And I don't think that's really that hype is gonna die down until Tank get in there. It's gonna be a Tank and a Cruz too. Like that's the only way they're gonna be able to settle that. That's the only reason Cruz is being pumped up and glorified, because he took Tank to the distance, regardless of the fact of his hand or anything. So that's really the only reason. Cruz ain't fought nobody, Gamboa. He ain't fought nobody since that fight. So, and plus, he part of that Mexican. So, they always get behind their fighters. They gonna sell. You see what I'm saying? So that's just pretty much what I got on that. But you know what I'm saying, I hope that fight get made. That's a big fight. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely be looking forward to that.
I hope it get made too, but bro, if that one don't get made, and I end up getting Spence and Thurman for Spence to stay busy, I end up getting David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, and I get fucking Wilder and Ruiz out the deal, I ain't really tripping. But look, y'all, man, we've been up here a while, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm tired. I gotta run. Let me get 817 last words. 817, bro. Take your time, talk your shit. And I'm getting him in, just so y'all know, I already got it set up. Him and Smoke gonna be set up for next week. So y'all stay tuned to the channel for that shit. I gotta find out what they want to debate on. But go ahead and get your shit off, man.
I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm gonna step on his motherfucking throat. That's what's happening. And all you sucker ass niggas in the chat, steady riding my motherfucking dick, trying to be famous. Get on my motherfucking nutsack in order, niggas. Fuck you, H Money.
Damn, bro. Damn, bro. All right, 817. We'll holler at you, bro. Shit, I'm getting off at the right time. Shit is getting real, bro. What's going on with y'all? This is the TKO Debate Series. We just trying to talk boxing. Goddamn. Let me go to King D. King D, get your last words in, man. What you got, bro?
Hey, man, pretty much, man. Hopefully we get these big fights, man. Salute the Knockout, man. Salute to the rest of the brothers, man, that's coming with the smoke. The real ones recognize real, man. Hey, shit, that's about it. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm just here to support y'all, brothers. I just started watching boxing, getting deep into it, I'm gonna say, for the past couple years. If I come across the channel, I may not. But at this point, I'm just supporting brothers, man, at the end of the day, man. Wishing y'all
appreciate that, bro. You always supported this channel, so I appreciate you, dog. Real talk. Much love to you. And you always welcome, dog. I'll holler at you.
Yeah.
Hey, Omega stupid. Omega say 817 got Tourette's syndrome. Yeah, bro. 817 will pop off. You never know. He'll come in this bitch and be all, you know what I'm saying, talk all educated, be all calm and shit, and then just go. You just go, bro. But Steph, go ahead and get your last word, man. Let it pop it, man.
Appreciate you, Knockout. Yeah, I just kind of had that Puerto Rican comments, but kind of real fast that the Cruz and Shakur fight. I was talking to Sam Palekowicz last Thursday, and I'm going back and forth, and then he's talking about Benavidez and Caleb and stuff, and then Canelo came up and all that kind of good stuff, and I'll equate it to this situation. You see, it's interesting. I think they can let Cruz go over there and shine, whether win, lose, or draw. But Samson said this. He said the reason why we don't everything stays in-house, whether it be them or us, is that our fighters are our investments. So why would we let them make money off of our investment? It'd only work if, the 60-40 type stuff. He didn't say that last part, but Cruz is an investment, and you see how they're moving him now over at Showtime. And I agree with the young sir. Just lastly, he said they're really trying to get that Tank fight again because he went the distance. So that's the investment. And with that being said, salute, brother. I'll catch you tomorrow, man. Great content.
I appreciate you, bro. I'll holler at you, man. I don't want real quick. I don't want to see Cruz and Tank fight until Cruz like you gotta do some more shit, bro. You gotta do some more shit. Like if you go fight Shakur and you beat Shakur, then yeah, I want to see you fight Tank again. But you gotta do some more shit, bro. Like after losing the Tank, you can't fight fucking Gamboa, right? He fought Gamboa, and then he fought a dude coming up from 130. Like nah, bro. You gotta do a little bit more for me to, you know what I'm saying, give you that nod. Like I want to see you fight Tank again, bro. I think Shakur is a good fight because think about it. If he's the pressure fighter that people that rock with Eastside Cruz says that he is, you should be able to handle a guy coming up from 130. You should be able to press out Shakur enough to make him fight with you and find a way to get the dub, bro. Doing shit like that is what's going to get you a Tank Davis fight, bro. I'm not for you fighting Tank Davis again because you beat up a dude that came up from 130 and because you stopped Uriel. But that shit don't do it for me, bro. I'm just pointing out, you know what I'm saying, that it's a good fight. And that it was a good fight when Tank got the fight. Now that it's Shakur, you know what I'm saying? We saying that it's a good fight, but it was a bad fight for Tank. That's the only thing I'm pointing out. But I think it's a great fight. I think Steph was right, though, that it's going to be to maybe keep that fight from happening. That's the one of all the ones that WBC ordered that I'm not really rocking, that I don't really think is going to happen, man. But look, shout out to everybody that hopped up on the panel and participated in the debate tonight. Tomorrow, we're going to have Dub Right Side in the building, taking on my brother Kyle from the boxing section on Keyshawn Davis and Abdullah Mason. So y'all be sure to tune in for that. It's gonna be fun, man. So y'all, that one's gonna start at 8:30. The show is starting at 7:30 though, where we're gonna talk boxing for the first hour. Then they're gonna hop up and they're gonna debate at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So I'm gonna check it, Windy City. I appreciate you. But look, man, we got another dub. You know what I'm saying? Another easy dub, something light. We what 6-0 now? 6-0 on the debate series. Doing our thing, bro. We're just doing our thing. So I appreciate everybody that's supporting, man. Everybody that's rocking with us, man. Y'all hit the like button on your way out of here. Watch boxing this weekend. Check out our predictions. We're doing prediction videos again. Still going live 2 times a week, but since the debate series is kind of taking over, and then I want to be able to get to some hot topics doing our live streams too. So we're still gonna do the debates for y'all. But people have been asking me to go back to doing the videos so that when I do the videos, I can you guys can find the debates easier. So y'all be sure to check those out. Picasso says I'm not keeping score already. Picasso, I appreciate your support always. You always rocking out with your boy. But yeah, man, y'all check out boxing this weekend, man. We got so many good fights in my opinion. So check the channel for the predictions that we're doing, man. We got the videos up. Got like FOMO dropping tonight. They all uploading right now, so check those out. Man, if y'all don't do nothing else this weekend, man, be sure to watch boxing, bro. It helped the sport grow. And shout out to everybody in the chat: Zulu Lion, Omega Red, Detroit BC, Steph, Yakov White, Picasso, Windy City, my beautiful knockout, Omega Red, Tony T, Sheena, Robert Singleton, Bumpy Thompson, Cassandra, Nick J was in here. 512, my brother Contender Regime Boxing, Josh Sanders 86, Rick Timms in the building. Who else we had? Janelle McDonald, Ricardo Johnson, Seen and Unseen Boxing, Akilo Nieder. Let me see, Get the Story Read in the building. We can keep going. Tony T, if I ain't said it already, Dominic in the building, Kevin Knight, post up. And everybody that showed up and showed out, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all be easy, man. Have a great night, and we'll see y'all next time, man. Peace out, y'all.